What's up, guys? What's happening? Welcome to another eclectic edition of PWT. Yeah. Phil Marks is here. Airline's here.
Back like Raquel.
Hope you guys can hear us good. We're on the new, we got the new setup going on here. It's a lot way better. It's a lot different. Hopefully you can hear me talking. For some reason, my regular mic's not working. And I'm talking into my Apple, I'm just talking into my MacBook microphone. So this show will maybe sound a little different, but the usual suspects are here. Phil Marks is here. Of course, our lovely Patreons, patreon.com/ProWrestleTime. Pro Wrestle Times, rather. Deseret, Cruz Madrid, Chris Killis, Ashley V, and Russ Paxton this month. Guys, YouTube memberships. We did the first ever live show, PWT live show, over on Pro Wrestle Clips, and that will continue there until the main PWT channel becomes monetized and can go live, and then the live shows will transfer there. But we re-upload the replays of the live shows from Pro Wrestle Clips over to the actual PWT main channel, and that's a whole new podcast. It's not audio, it's visual only, and we're bringing a little, with this new studio hairline, we got a little visual element to just the regular PWT show as well. So how do you feel about that?
All this is looking fresh, man.
I'm
great. Excited.
As Tony Khan would say, it's great.
Yeah, no, it's real great.
Yeah, undisputed dynasty. It's a dynasty. Sorry, guys. But yeah, I got to do some plugs really quick. We're back up on the TikTok at PWT Podcast on TikTok. As you see below, the ticker below, patreon.com/ProWrestleTimes, youtube.com/ProWrestleTimes, and youtube.com/ProWrestleClips. Man, there was way more people. I thought, hairline, I went live. I watched the whole, I thought I was going to go on for like 1 hour, go, hey, this is a test show. We ended up streaming the whole Revolution show and the press conference until Don Stevens pulled us down. I didn't know there would be that many people tuning in. AEW Neckbeards was in the chat. He was there chatting with us. Yeah, dude, he hopped in, and it's like, I didn't know that there would be that many people. We had it was like 22 people or something. Humble beginnings, folks. I thought there'd be 2 people in there. I thought it'd be me and Robbie C. But it ended up being me and a bunch of people, and hairline will be at the next one, and of course we'll have other people come in over time as well. And yeah, just make sure you check us out at Pro Wrestle Clips, at Pro Wrestle Times, at Pro Wrestle Times on the Patreon. And the Patreon, the way the Patreon is now too, guys, I explained it on the live show. So what there is I'm redoing the tiers. So everyone who's subscribed to the Patreon, you're going to have to resubscribe. So I want to make that as easy as possible to you guys, right? But I'm redoing the tiers. We're lowering everything, and basically it's just going to match the YouTube memberships on Pro Wrestle Clips. And then when Pro Wrestle Times gets monetized, the memberships will be the exact same as Pro Wrestle Clips. So what it means is, the highest tier, you get shouted out on the show, and it'll be lowered, so it'll be better for your bank accounts. Yeah. But also you'll get early access. Everything will give you some early access to different things depending on what channel you are. But yeah, the highest tiers will get shouted out on the show from both YouTube and stuff. And then when we go live, if you're a patron, or if you're a member, or if you super chat, you will for surely get your comment shown on screen no matter what, and your chat shown on screen. Whatever question you ask, we'll answer on the live show no matter what. So make sure you tune into that. Exciting times for Pro Wrestle Times, to say the least, and exciting times for pro wrestling. Hairline, how are you feeling, man? How are you feeling?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
Good.
A lot of wrestling this week. Holy shit.
Man. Yes, dude. And are you excited for the future of Pro Wrestle Times? And are you excited for the future of pro wrestling in general, dude?
First off, I'm super excited for the future of PWT. I'm going to be live streaming some of the upcoming WWE 2K24. you want to explain your snow situation here, quick? Because
Oh,
like
yeah, I talked
we
about it on
originally
the
told him
live
we were going to
show.
be on Twitch, but
Yeah,
yeah.
so well, it will be on Twitch, but that'll be like we just got to do different series. So Hairline on the TikTok, he's gonna do like, I don't know, stream you playing like My Rise or fucking, with your created guy or whatever. And then our universe mode shit we'll do over on Twitch or something. But what happened basically, guys, was and we'll do on YouTube too. We can do that through our new new streaming platform here. But guys, so what's going down is the TikTok's back up and running. Hairline's gonna go. He's gonna live game on there. The snowed in situation. Basically, I explained on the live show. I'm fucking snowed in here. Like we're good now. Today's finally a good day.
Like the Shining.
But people are digging out. There's trucks like fucking stuck on the road. We're out there digging them out and digging our way out and shit. But yeah, so I was gonna go to Best Buy and get I was gonna buy a new. So I plugged in my Xbox was sitting in my goddamn closet for like ever. So I plug it in. It's not working. I tried all these different outlets. So I gotta like get the newest Xbox, I suppose, right? And I'm gonna get WWE 2K24 right away. And then yeah, I don't know. I hear they're coming out with another new Xbox, so I'm like, what the hell? But I'm just gonna go buy like whatever the most recent version of it is, and then I'm gonna download 2K24, and we're gonna do a universe mode thing for people who are into that. Yeah, but in the meanwhile, Hairline's just gonna start. WWE 2K24 comes out tonight or tomorrow. He's just gonna start rocking it over on TikTok.
11 tonight, 11 p.m. tonight.
Are you like a roster mark? Are you a guy who's like, oh, I can't wait to see who's on the roster? Like da 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 da.
So I wouldn't exactly say I'm a roster mark, but just to touch on that subject, they did say this is like 200 plus wrestlers.
It is 288. I am a roster mark.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I have been looking it up like every day. 2K23 even. I barely played it. And before the game came out, I was like obsessing over the goddamn roster and stuff like that. But 2K24 here, yeah, there's 288 characters. And what they included for the first time ever, which is the biggest W for 2K ever, is the My Faction mode, Hairline. You know how all of these games now, like 2K, you play the show, you play EA tries to do it. It's all like they have these like card modes. So My Faction is for WWE, where you open packs of cards and then you have matches with these packs of cards. You know what I mean? It's sort of a way to like try and charge people. Anyways, what they did this year for the first time ever is they included, so when you go play the My Faction mode, people are like, oh, fuck, it's dumb. Like, I don't even spend time playing it. And like, it's just a way for them to try and nickel and dime money out of us, like with micro transactions and stuff. But what they did is in My Faction, they have all these like different attires and different versions, like Sheamus from 2009 and like all these different, like Drew McIntyre from like 20 fucking in his first WWE run. So when you play My Faction, if you unlock it in that mode, you unlock it through the whole game. So that's like such a W for 2K, making the game like that's old school, bro. Me and you growing up, you used to have to unlock shit in video games. Right. Yeah. Wasn't buying everything. Yeah.
I did grab the $99 version, so it came with the Nightmare DLC plus a whole bunch of boost. Like there was like boost pack.
Did you just buy the season pass? Like that's what you got to buy, the season pass. Then you just get everything as it drops. Because like there's a bunch of DLC packs. Like CM Punk's not in the game yet, but he will be in like a month or two. Yeah.
So it was like $20 more for the obviously the $119 version, but all it had was like the WrestleMania 40 pack or whatever, and I think that's just like Undertaker, Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold, The Rock.
That's awesome. Dude, I can't yeah. Anyways, though, round of applause for 2K, but we're gonna move along.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to hop on there and play. I can't wait till fucking you're able to fucking shovel your way out of The Shining. First off, I want to.
I'll do it right away. We'll do it right away. I won't fuck around. But yeah, it's just like I don't want to drive anywhere. It's like what
I know, I get it. So you said the snow is up to your chest.
It was legit when I opened my door. So you got to understand, like, yeah. Like when I opened my door, it fucking It was
Okay.
insane. You know, I opened
And
my back
then
door and it was insane, dude.
so with you being a Sasquatch, it's basically the height of an average person if it goes up to your chest. So
It was literally like 4 feet. Yeah, I mean, it was halfway up. It wasn't like my chest. It was like maybe under my titties. You know, it was like under the nips, and it was like, yeah, so like 3.5. I don't know. I'm 6'4". I'm 6'4". So it's like, what is that? 3'2" of snow. It was like half my body, bro. You know. Yeah.
oh
So
yeah, there, bud.
yeah. Oh yeah, there, bud. So, anyways, moving along, we are talking too much about 2K. No, we can't. You can never talk too much about 2K, and you
Well,
can't
this is
plug
our
too much.
podcast, damn it.
Yeah, it's our goddamn. Well, you know what? The whole show's 2K now. What do you got?
All right, right. You fucked up listeners.
You know what? Now we're gonna play
Dedicated to
2K23 and
Robinson.
talk about it right now. Okay, but in some news though, to I guess this a little downer, a little bit of downer news, if you will. Not to bring the show down or anything like that, but just quickly, Ole Anderson and Virgil, they both passed away. RIP. Truly. And yeah, very sad time that both of these legends, if you will. I mean, people might laugh like Virgil's got. Yeah, is Virgil a legend? I think he is, man. You
Yeah,
know.
no, for sure, man. He was there during that basketball dribble scene, and like, I I hope he got breadsticks one last time. I really do, man.
Yeah, so people clown Virgil a little bit for like showing up at cons and shit, but that's like the Carney way, and that's excellent, I think.
Relevant.
And then also he's the only guy, if you think about it, like he was on he was in the territories, he was on WWF, he was in WCW, he was in ECW, he was in TNA, he showed up, and he showed up in AEW as well, and he went to Japan. I'm pretty sure he went to Japan. So if I'm not mistaken, Virgil's like the goat of not winning titles everywhere, but like wrestling literally on everything you could have ever wrestled on. So yeah, shout out Virgil and Ole Anderson, man. Just I don't know, dude. A legend, somebody who, yeah, I just absolutely like. He's a guy who I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, like he was the greatest ever, but he's a guy who like behind the scenes, like he was one of the old tough guys of wrestling, you know? What do you have to say about Ole Anderson? Do you have anything?
Man, it's just like we're hitting that age where we're gonna start losing everyone and whatnot. But as far as like what you were saying about Ole himself, it's basically that, man. You know, behind the scenes, he was infamous.
For being like a prick and like people didn't like him, but a lot of people beloved him, you know?
Yeah, but that's just how this shit goes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Obviously, like fucking, I heavily listen to Corny, and we do get a decent amount of his listeners. You know, so
A ton, yeah.
yeah. Yeah, but right. So we're all just more or less what I'm saying there with that statement is we're educated on the shits. You know what I'm saying? So it's all like, you know, like I guess since we're on the top of Corny, like one of his sayings that you can't pick a turd up by the clean side. So you know what I'm saying? Some guys called him a prick, some people praised him. You know, that's just how it goes here in the business.
Yeah, man. So later on we'll honor Ole as a part of one of definitely my favorite segment of the show, but we'll talk about that later. So yeah, RIP Ole, RIP Virgil.
No.
God bless, and praying for your families, praying for anybody that will be missing you. I get really weird about death stuff. I don't know. But I just it saddens my heart, but you're exactly right. And our parents went through that where, Scott Hall passed. Like, that touched me, but how do you think that touched my dad? Like goddamn. So anyways, to lighten things up, not to dwell on the sad stuff, man. Good news. WWE, they signed somebody, so we're not going to review NXT on the show, although NXT's been excellent, but
Yeah,
so
no, let's talk about it quickly
well, we're
fucking
not going to review it, but we're going to talk about one thing right here that ties into this story. So Shawn Spears was the Three Faces promo, so I was wrong as far as
great.
it being Tama, but I did come with some legit stuff, some legit evidence. But that was me just,
Yeah,
conspiracy
X
doing it all
Files.
myself.
That's
Yeah,
what that is.
exactly. It was me just doing it completely. But yeah, so shout out Shawn Spears, and I like that he's Shawn Spears and not Ty Dillinger, and I like that he's just the chairman and he's doing his AEW gimmick, and that's a reason why AEW is actually good for the business, because at least people like, Tony's not going to snitch any one of their gimmicks or anything like that, which we talked about extensively on the live show. But Tama Tonga, though, is officially coming to WWE. I said it on the show. I knew he was coming because like I didn't hear anything or nothing, but it's just a matter of he fucking had, if you listen to his interviews, you hear something, that he's down, and they've contacted him multiple times. So everybody's fantasy mark booking him in with the bloodline. Well, I don't know about all that. I think you don't put him with the bloodline right away. I think you have him feud AJ Styles, and you tie him with the Good Brothers or something like that, right? Do the Bullet Club thing. You might as well. And if Judgment Day breaks up sooner than later, maybe Tama's the guy who breaks Finn off from Judgment Day or something, and we get Finn involved in some BC warfare, something like that. They won't obviously go over the top like AEW would with it, but I don't see why AJ smacked Carl Anderson. That's going to get paid off. They literally don't do anything that they don't pay off. Like WWE's just firing on all cylinders, and even things that they've botched recently, they've then worked it into kayfabe and shit. It's just genius what they're doing. So, but anyways, Tama Tonga to WWE. Yeah, I think he goes main roster right away, or we see him in NXT first to side with the Good Brothers, and then they just all go main roster to fuck with AJ. Right, but Hairline, NXT is sort of like a college vibe, and I just don't see Tama Tonga fitting in there, dude.
Does he know how to work WWE? Like, what's the quickest way to get?
Oh yeah, that's why. Well, that's why I just said maybe he shows up because the Good Brothers are there, right? So maybe he shows up in NXT with the Good Brothers, does a few matches with them there, and then quickly just goes up main roster. Like, I agree he'll go there to just get the style down, but like he's not gonna have to. It's Tama Tonga. It's not gonna take that much.
He's dope.
Yeah, it's not gonna take that much time.
I have a Gorilla Bullet Club shirt, Doug.
Yeah. That's awesome, dude. What do you think about Shawn Spears, and what do you think about Tama Tonga coming to WWE?
Yeah, so the Shawn Spears thing was a total surprise because, like, I'd been going off what you were saying with like, who is this, and like, could it be Tama? So I didn't see any of that coming with Shawn Spears. I didn't know he was like frustrated with AEW or any of that shit. So definitely, I don't know if Ridge the Fridge was the perfect like debut, like like angle there, but once again, I don't know. They popped me, and like I didn't see it coming, so that was very cool of NXT and whatnot there. And then as far as Tama, like I was saying there, man, I see NXT just because, like, what I'm saying, they made Sammy run NXT, they made Kevin Owens run NXT, or maybe there might be a little bit of politicking. What I'm saying, like fucking um. with The Rock in his position and whatnot, maybe like because he's related to the bloodline and shit, he gets to go right to the top. So we'll see.
Yeah, so some people are going like, oh, so Tongans are related, and it's like, well, yeah, I'm pretty. Haku has always been considered a cousin, even though he's Tongan, and then also Tama Tonga in an interview. I swear, I gotta dig it up because I keep claiming this, but I could just be making this shit up, but I don't think I am. He said in an interview, they asked him, are you related to Roman Reigns and the Usos? And he said, yeah, actually, Roman's my cousin through. He explained it like they're legit cousins somehow, some way. They are all consider each other family. Family's deeper than blood sometimes. So, yeah, dude, he could work in that, but if it's me, I don't shoehorn him in there. I work him in with the with the Bullet Club, and then you get the.
That's a little too Tony Khan for me though, man.
I
Like
know. Okay, so then but then you bring him in, and then he's just okay. Well, here's the other idea, right? So here's the other thing. I talked about this on the live. So Booker T is working to get Zilla Fatu and Jacob Fatu into WWE. He's personally like working with them to try and get. Okay, so what if Tama shows up? What if The Rock is like, nah, bro, like our blood runs thick. I got family too. And then then like Tama and Jacob show up and fucking the obscure, like the offshoot obscure family members that people, and then they're fighting. We get Jacob versus Solo and shit like that. I don't know. That's all.
Long story short, Cody Crybabies, you're fucked because like you got years of content
cost Cody the title. You guys were gonna have Cody beat Seth again. Or some shit for the fucking world title at Mania. Now you're gonna get him lose to fucking Roman. No, I think what they're gonna do is Roman's gonna win. They're gonna win night one, and then it's bloodline rules, and then Cody actually wins the belt. I'm starting to switch now because just that whole
absolutely thing, not.
We'll talk about it on SmackDown. Let's not jump ahead. But yeah, so you're hyped about Tama Tonga being in WWE and Shawn Spears' return, right? That's safe to say.
What's going on with his brother? Is his brother staying in New Japan?
That's what I'm wondering too. Where's Tonga Loa? Like, what the fuck, bro? Bring Bad Luck Fale too. Where's the whole gang, bro? Bring them in. Like I'm super down. I'm a mark though. But
how big body would that be of fucking Triple H?
Well, but he booked them properly. Dude.
That's for sure.
Anyways, though, speaking of people leaving AEW and coming into WWE who'd be booked properly. The rumor started last night that Ricky Starks, his contract expired with AEW. Tony Khan at the press conference then dispelled that rumor and said, no, he's still under contract. But he didn't say he just kept saying no, I look forward to keep, that's news to me. I look forward to, he didn't just flat out say, no, Ricky's still signed to this company. So I don't know if Tony's being vague or what. But if Starks went to NXT, bro, he would fit into that Not only would he fit into that system, but he would fit into that whole college campus vibe, dude. He would lead that whole thing. He would be the top guy. Him and Lexus King in a program on NXT, dude, for the NXT title. And then you got Trick Williams in there.
Yeah, Starks versus Trick,
bro, crazy. And then you got and then you could I don't know. All I'm saying, though, is WrestleMania 40, if he is a free agent coming up, WrestleMania 40, if Starks all he's got to do is walk out with Cody and DDP. And all the marks, I said this on the live stream, all the marks saying, oh, WWE wouldn't let fucking AEW use Sting's footage. Blah, blah, blah. And it's dude. Okay, AEW, let Goldust go be with his brother at WrestleMania. Let Dustin Rhodes get inducted into the Hall of Fame and be with his brother at this WrestleMania to fight it. Let him do that, and then they'll give you the fucking Sting footage, But you're not going to do that either. They're not going to let Dustin go. And yeah, that's all I'm saying, dude. Undertaker and Conrad Thompson and myself, we all alluded to Goldust going into the Hall of Fame sooner than later. There was a reason for that. And there was, anyways, not to rewind it, but Tony's being tight with the contracts. And also QT Marshall went back to AEW. And I think that's because he thought he's going to Cody thought he'd get him a job. And I don't think that worked out. That's what I think, but I don't know. But Ricky's going to WWE sooner than later, folks. But if he walks out with Cody at WrestleMania, then they can just debut him in NXT a week later. That's all they got to, and be like, he's the hottest free agent, That's all they got to do. Sorry, you go ahead with your thoughts on all that.
So you and Conrad? I'm sorry.
No, it's anyway hydrated. It's just, dude, when people started leaving AEW, I said it, Taker said it, Conrad said, everyone was like, dude, there's gonna be more people going than just this. And then not too many.
Undertaker's doing a podcast?
Yeah, dude, he's a straight up YouTuber, more than we are. And yeah, dude, and he's straight up, but he was he's sooner than later. He pretty much said Goldust is somewhere, and when that's dealt with and out of the way, and it will be. You know, he's like Goldust. I'm sure is a shoe in for the Hall of Fame. It makes a lot of sense right now. You know, like that sort of talk. And then
Yeah,
and then
I
QT
don't see
left. I
Tony.
don't know. I think Tony's locking people. Like he's not willing to just let people go at all. You know, like look at how he brought all these CMLL guys in, and like where's Commander and shit now. You know, they're just not there, and fucking CMLL guys are being booked to go over on people and shit on your pay-per-view. Fucking crazy. But anyways, yeah, but your thoughts, man. Your thoughts on Ricky Starks possibly going to WWE, and then Tony Khan saying that's not true. He's with us.
Oh no, I can confirm that Ricky Starks is still here, but I refuse to address anything about Jericho. This place is safe, even though I found out about Kenny through Twitter. Anyways, though, so I think Starks would be great in NXT, man. Like you said, they're fucking heel Starks versus babyface Trick. Whew. You get a fucking like good 3-4 months out of that alone, bro.
Yeah, man. And like, there's so much incentive to go there. Like him and Lexus King, like they could be a team, be a faction, dude. Who's a heater? Do you know what I said? You know what I said? You know what's fucked? How they did that Apollo Crews Nigerian gimmick thing. But here's the thing, dude. I think, let me re-look this up, but I'm pretty sure Omos, this is what I pitched. X-Files, I'll hit it in a second. Yeah, so Omos is Nigerian, right? And then you stick him with Femi, and that's like your faction, dude. And then Omos can work in NXT for a bit, or you call up Femi, stick him with Omos. They're both Nigerian. That's the faction, dude. And everyone's like, ooh, like Omos would fit in with that. You know what I mean? That like M'Baku shit, dude. Because that's what Femi is. He's basically just like M'Baku from Black Panther, you know? But anyways, and then you bring Francis Ngannou in Saudi. The Saudis are tight with Ngannou. You bring, I think he's Cameroonian, but still they're all African, dude. You fucking have him do like a one punch on someone on behalf of fucking Femi, dude. That'd be crazy. Anyways, I'm Mark Fantasy Booking.
Did you hit the X-Files?
No, I didn't. I'll give myself one.
That's fun.
Because I am a Mark Fantasy Booking. But anyways, though,
I love that movie. I love those movies, man. And like, it's definitely someone watched those movies and was like, "Be this fucking like, who's the gorilla guy in Wakanda Forever?"
M'Baku.
Okay, word. Yeah, fuck yeah. It's very spot on to him, bro.
Yeah, that's what they're going for, dude. That's exactly, I think, at least that's the vibe I get, you know. And I've read a lot of Black Panther comics. So, anyways, moving along. So, just a quick news: baseball player Shohei Ohtani. He's one of the best. He's a switch. He's a two-way player, a switch player. I don't know how they refer it. I'm Canadian, bro. We like hockey, eh? But he bats.
Oh yeah, he's
gonna come to Toronto, but he didn't, the motherfucker. But he married. So the press reported that Shohei Ohtani married some regular girl or something like that, and it turns out it was Hikaru Shida. So shout out Shida and Shohei Ohtani for getting married. So you guys go. What do you think about that, Hairline?
Congrats to Shida, I guess. You know, fucking. I can't believe none of the fucking marks were talking about this. I guess they're all going on about Sting right now, so I answered my own question.
Yeah, no doubt. Let's see. Yeah, dude, I'm just looking over everything.
That's all good.
So, because this next one's a little. So, did you hear about Maxxine?
No.
You didn't know? He says, yeah. So, I'm going to share with you guys and play you guys this clip. Yeah, I hope the listeners like the new visual element. We're coming.
It's very Vice City.
Vice City, bitch.
Yeah, so they can see this right now?
Yeah, so they're going to see it on the show with us. And so here, I'm going to play you a clip of Maxxine.
started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Dupri, and she got booed at a house show, Hairline, and the IWC melted down. And I would love to get your reaction. So here is Maxxine Dupri getting booed at a house show. So, Hairline, what do you think about that?
Well, they're like, so they're just booing her because they don't like her wrestling, or did she do something, or?
I guess she just had like an average match. Were you able to see and hear that clip well, my friend?
Yeah, I was able to see it.
Good. We are learning on the fly as we go. But yeah, man. So they were booing her. They were like booing her really hard, and they were like, "You suck! Don't come back! You suck!" and all this shit. So I don't even know. I don't even know. Nobody even said it or anything. They just simply, they booed her and they went crazy on her. So, what do you?
That's got heat, pal.
Okay, well let me read some reactions from people. Like, so this person here, Stephanie Hypes, who I follow, and she's a great follow.
Free plug.
She goes, if you're booing a wrestler on the other side of the fence for trying to do some hard shit you've never done, you can fuck all the way off. And it's like, well, they're just booing her because they're booing her. Like, that's why you go on the road and do live shows.
Yeah, that's a little too PC. Like I said, fucking Vince. Not that fucking. Obviously, the Vince era is done. You know what I'm saying? All kayfabe and fun aside. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, Vince is gone, and that thinking and that logic is gone. But he always said, if you bought your ticket, you know what I'm saying, that you get to choose if you're cheering or booing. You know, and that's just part of it.
So, yeah, man. And then we have this person at Alluring Banks. There you go. This poor girl is getting booed at a house show for trying to get better. Wrestling fans suck. Nah, bro. Like, that's like you pay your hard-earned money. If they weren't feeling what she was doing, they're allowed to fucking boo. If it was shitty, this is how you learn. Nate, tell me a stand-up comedian or a musician who hasn't had shit thrown at them at some point or something, or booed or fucking like, come on, man. You have to eat shit to get better. And if this was in the 90s and there wasn't the internet and fucking Twitter, no one would even care. No one would even be bringing this up. Do you know what I mean? This wouldn't even be an issue. And then Rhea Ripley tweeted out and she goes, I really wish that some of you got booed and ridiculed in the public eye while being new at your job. Learning and getting better is all a part of being human. Be better as humans. So she's a fucking bad guy on TV. I get it. But then for shoot, she's like, be better.
Fuck Twitter.
Yeah, dude. Fuck you guys. Like, be better. You booed and ridiculed her because she's okay. But what if like it's you and you're trying to get healed or you're trying to heal and get booed? I'm supposed to fucking not boo somebody because they're baby facing kayfabe. Like, I don't get it. Nah, that's not how this works, guys. Go play baseball. Oh, try getting ridiculed, bro. That's how you get great, is you get ridiculed at shit. Talk to the people in the fucking territories, bro. Like, they're acting like this is like, I don't know. They're acting like someone tried to fucking stab him like Terry Funk or something. So I got like literally disgusted by the response of some of my peers. Like, I was disgusted and I just tuned out of Twitter, like X, for a few days. And right before the show started, I had to get my segments ready because I was so bummed by just Rhea Ripley and people like not working it. Like, here's when you worry. If the fans don't react at all, that's when you worry. So, Hairline, your thoughts?
I do agree with what they're saying as far as like people who, you know what I'm saying, don't have these experiences, you know what I'm saying? They're like having to learn your job in front of people. Like I do grasp that concept of like, you know, like I'm not an athlete, you know what I'm saying? like the conditioning Maxxine Dupri's had to go through and like all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm a fat guy. You know,
Dude, you're not that. You're not really fat. You're a little. You're a
yeah,
little.
you get
You're
what
a
I'm
little
saying
plump.
though. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, I cook burgers here for a living, you know. So, but despite all that, you know what I'm saying. So that's one side of the coin. You know what I'm saying? Like I do understand that, like like this is an athlete. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what Austin Theory said. You couldn't last one day in my shoes. I do get that side of the coin, but again, like I said, the old Vince McMahon logic, and not necessarily even Vince, but like these people bought a ticket. They're allowed to cheer and all that. And then obviously, like, god damn it, like here's the whole thing is like she just doesn't get wrestling. I was gonna like to pivot off all that, fucking she could have played off of it, you know what I'm saying? And like right there could have been her turn or like not technically turn because like what she's in fucking a super baby face and over faction. But like, like this
You
is
could
this
have
is
just
where you
healed on
flip
that
it.
crowd for the house show. Yeah, that's where you just.
Right.
Yeah.
Play off of it, like show them you get this. But like clearly she's chosen the path. God damn it. Oh my god, this is where we get controversial. To play the victim and have everyone tune in and
Oh, I
fucking
don't think she. I don't think she did. I think it's other people victimized her.
yeah, that's just the world we live in. That I don't necessarily think she for sure said I'm gonna play the victim like women always fucking do. But anyways,
Okay. Hairline. Jesus Christ.
um but no, that's just like the world we live in. Not to like God,
emotional damage.
Dude.
Fucking facts.
But yeah, no, you are right. But I mean, good for the wrestlers sticking up for her too. But it's like, who fucking?
Yeah, like it's huge to have Rhea Ripley. It's huge to have the face of the women's division like voice in. Like clearly, like you know what I'm saying. Like the locker room's very like together right now. Like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like if this happened to like fucking I know example like Hook. You know what I'm saying. I don't see the Young Bucks hopping on Twitter and going like fucking. Oh, listen here, you fucking neckbeards.
Yeah, man. And it's I don't know, dude. It's just a weird time we live in for real. But I'm not
What
like.
was it the right example? Mariah May, like who that Mark that dressed up like Tony Storm. Oh yeah, remember Tony Storm?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a bit. Yeah, that actually popped me and it tricked the shit out of me, and I was like, "This is not a good idea." But then when Timeless came out, I went, "Oh, that was great." It was great.
He's cosplaying as
Greatest
WWE.
pay-per-view ever.
I hate WWE, but we're even cosplaying WWE. It's great.
They always have, man. So
touche. Yeah, we'll get there. My bad. I'm just eager to talk about it.
no, it's all good, man. But speaking about fucking dummies,
Yeah.
it's time for yours and ours and the people's at home's favorite segment of the week, Hairline. It is time for
Everyone's.
Dave Meltzer dumb moment of the week. So, Hairline, we got a few of these, and we have a little tribute to good old Ole Anderson himself. Basically, we have what's his face, Alvarez and Meltzer. They get into a little fight, and this happened on. We have two of these from the same show, Wrestling Observer.
Audio?
Yeah, we have audio,
Right.
February 29th, and we will play the audio for you good folks. Okay, Hairline, let me know. Can you hear these fools talking?
Very frustrated because they don't.
Okay, so this is Purge, and you can see the screen, I hope, too. Good folks watching. Excellent, man. This is a great new setup, a new little visual element to the PWT show for those of you who watch on YouTube. Yep. Yeah.
Season 4.
Yeah. Yeah, who knows? Who knows when the seasons are? But anyways, so
shout out Robbie C.
Shout out at Julian Weeks, who is a great follow as well. He says, Bryan Alvarez says there's a lot of frustration backstage in AEW. People don't know what they're doing on the shows until the day of. Quote, there's a lot of frustration. The days of long-term booking, they're gone. There was never long-term booking in AEW. Let's be truthful. That Tony Khan sold everyone a bill of goods. And as I said, he's doing the Vince McMahon, bro. His hands are in too much. We used to criticize Vince about, dude, you're out of touch. You're fucking booking pay-per-views. You're booking Raws. You're booking SmackDowns. You're booking main event. You're changing shit on the fly. You're doing too much and you're old. Well, with Tony, he's even at the press conference going, oh, I got to fly out to fucking Miami at 8 a.m. It'll be great.
Yeah.
Like he's doing soccer. He's doing NFL. He's doing ROH. He's doing AEW, Dynamite Rampage pay-per-views. Oh, we added another pay-per-view dynasty. So he's doing all this. And it's like, this is what we criticize Vince for. His hands are in too much and he fucking sucks. There's no long-term booking. And so Alvarez snaps about this. So let's take a listen, folks.
Very frustrated because they don't find out the Tuesday before like some people do. I mean, some people will know what they're doing because like there are a couple of matches usually advertised in advance, but most people are showing up the day of the show and they find out whether they're doing anything or not. And there's very little communication.
Yeah, they're getting paid though.
Hearing about this for months. People are very frustrated. Like they show up, here's what you're going to do. Lots of people will complain and it gets changed, which is also a big problem I hear about all the time. People don't want to do something and Tony doesn't make them do it. And so, you know, there's a lot of this. And, you know, people aren't going to come forward and talk about it publicly. They will someday. This is one of those things where people will say I'm wrong now.
No one's saying you're wrong now, Bryan Alvarez. We fucking have all been saying this, bro. You're finally waking. It's like so crazy. People will say I'm wrong now. I'm saying it now before anyone. No, bitch. We fucking no. We've all been saying this. We knew this is how it's been. You have been the ones who've been denying this the whole time.
And then, you know, someday people are going to talk and you'll realize that I'm actually not wrong.
Unless
I hear about this every single day.
Yeah.
So sorry, I didn't realize. I thought he was arguing with Dave about this. No, this is just Alvarez snapping. So here's Alvarez, I guess, whatever. He counts too. Him and Dave are like Siamese twins.
And, you know, trying to put together these shows is just a whirlwind of will this person do this? They don't want to. What can we do? Will you do it? Blah, blah, blah.
And it's like, oh, this is why. See, listen to what he just said. I'm going to rewind that part a little bit, guys. Listen to what he just said. Oh, the show is basically these guys show up. Hey, we have this idea. Can you do it? This guy doesn't want to. No? Well, who can we get to do it? That's how they're booking. That's why Dante Martin's on the pay-per-view losing to Wardlow and they think they're getting people over. Let's listen to that part again.
Put together these shows is just a whirlwind of will this person do this? They don't want to. What can we do? Will you do it? Blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of frustration.
Because the boys are governing the boys there, dude, and not in the way of like backstage politics, but in the way of like backstage order rather, or hierarchy. It's they're running their own creative and what they want to do and shit, you know, and there's no strong leader. And whoever tries to be a strong leader gets all this bullshit. Punk has to punch people and then get the fuck out of there. Cody Rhodes has to dip out because he's like, this is a shit show.
And, you know, there's also injuries that he deals with. And no, there are not shows put together a week in advance or 2 weeks in advance. The days of long-term booking, they're gone. He has an idea. You know, I'm sure he had a card for the pay-per-view. But as far as like week to week, how they get there, every week is like, what are we going to do this week? You know, he wants to do things, but people don't want to go along with it. People are hurt, whatever. And
somebody give me a historical example where.
Oh, there's lots of injuries in WWE. Man, there's a bunch of fucking injuries in AEW. Clearly, by the way, Alvarez is speaking. Hairline, your thoughts on that tidbit before we get to the next dumb moment, which is actually Dave. And we lost Hairline again. Hairline, goddammit.
Yeah.
So what were your thoughts on that?
It's just like, I don't, it's like in a way it's good to hear Alvarez waking up, you know what I'm saying? But like, what? God damn it! Not to immediately like contradict it, but it's all like, what the fuck were you saying the past couple of fucking months to years, then, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, why
In
did you
denial.
suddenly like,
In denial. I think
Yeah,
Alvarez is getting tired of being shit on too by people who, you know,
he's like, damn it, I do understand wrestling.
yeah.
It's
So moving along on the same day. Yeah, so that was Figure 4 Radio. There you go. Okay, same shit, same poop, different group.
If you just announced,
So here is Alvarez and Dave actually arguing on the same day on Wrestling Observer Radio. And at Meltzer said what? Go and follow him. He's one of the goats on Twitter. He goes, apparently as viewers, we are supposed to know the AEW time calls and time limits via mental telepathy, like Bruce Pritchard interpreting what Vince wanted, because Tony and Dave know what it is. Even Bryan hasn't received the mental communications. So these guys argue about basically, well, you'll hear it, but basically Dave Meltzer is such a fucking, he's just a putz. And they're arguing over, like, Alvarez is like, dude, we have to know when there's time limits and time calls in a wrestling match, because otherwise we know, like, AEW will do that, hour-long time limit, and then they're doing time calls and shit in the match. So we know what's going to happen and shit. So, and then Meltzer goes, oh, well, you guys didn't know? Well, I knew. Well, they told me. That's what he says. Listen to this. And it's just like,
God.
It's the dumbest shit of all. This is maybe the dumbest shit. He's elite. It's like, Dave, we can't all just text Tony. Tony's not our friend who just tells us little details like that. And why didn't you? Aren't you the news? Why didn't you report this shit before it fucking happened on the TV show if you're trying to help? It's because he just likes being in the know. This is the biggest expose of Dave and his fucking schmarmy cunt attitude. Sorry to use the C word.
Schmarmy cunt attitude.
Yeah, dude, it's just, here we go.
If you just announce the time calls every 5 minutes, it doesn't take you out of the match. We've been watching in New Japan for 1,000 years. Nobody cares. Just make it something you do in every match.
I agree.
And then, you know what? You can surprise people. You can get people excited for that last 5 minutes.
Well, they still get people excited for the last 5 minutes.
But the time limits have been 20 minutes of late. And so at 15 minutes, they've been calling these matches.
Yeah,
and then here, there's no call, and it goes 23 minutes. So I just want consistency. I don't care if you do time calls or not.
They do have consistency. The consistency is that they call.
No, that's what you are saying. Okay.
No, that's what
because it's 20-minute time limit. It's happened at the 15-minute
mark. Bryan, no. That's what you're saying, bro. No, that's not what's going on this. You know what I mean? It's so funny. You got to snap Dave back to reality.
This 20-minute time limit. It's happened at the 15-minute mark. As a viewer, I'm thinking they just wait till 15 minutes to make the call. Doesn't matter if it's a 20-minute time limit, a 30-minute time limit, a 45-minute time limit.
Well, now I'm telling you, they make the time call.
Well, maybe they should tell us. I don't know. No one told me.
They told me. I asked.
Well, you know what?
They told me I asked. So me and you and everyone watching at home, all you lovely PWT listeners, we all are you poor, you pores. We are supposed to call Tony Khan and have Tony tell. Yeah, I'm supposed to have the Bucks call me on the phone before Dynamite and tell me, explain to me the rules of this fucking
vanity searching themselves.
Holy mother
dummy. Yeah.
So here.
There's 890,000 people watching the show that don't know. So tell them what the rule is for these time calls. Or just do every 5 minutes.
I strongly suggest every 5 minutes because there's like nothing wrong with it.
Nothing. There's literally no negative to doing a call.
Every 5 minutes, do you think they should do the call? Hairline?
God.
Do you know? Well, first off, yeah, what are your thoughts on that stupid ass argument? And then what do you think about every 5 minutes they should do a call on the time during the match? I don't even think that. You just
I think we need to stop going fucking a half an hour.
Yeah, that's my point. Man. Like, dude, the best
fuck?
matches for TV, you got to go 8 minutes sometimes and shit. So just call it when there's 5 minutes remaining, or call it You know,
Yeah,
like it's
okay.
I don't
How fucking good was fucking the past fucking Gunther matches on Raw and SmackDown and whatnot? You know what I'm saying? And like they weren't longer than fucking 20 minutes. You know, so it's like I didn't we okay. I don't know. I'm starting a tangent here, and I apologize, but it's like we don't need 52 fucking false finishes. We don't need fucking 52 fucking table spots, and it's just like, man, take her home. Like, you guys, okay, the whole thing, okay, you break down wrestling, the whole thing is you're tricking the marks into fucking working them out of their money with this fucking optical illusion known as wrestling. But here we are going fucking 45 minutes a match, ruining our fucking bodies. Tony Khan's not printing enough merch, so you can't even fucking hustle properly to the fucking marks. I don't know. It's fucking wrestling's dead. My bad.
know. Hairline going off, man. Let him go. Let him go. So in honor of Ole Anderson, here is Ole talking to Dave Meltzer way back when. And sorry, I'm not here we go. This is him going off on Meltzer.
When did you
You should
basically
have been a booker.
what?
You should have been a booker.
Okay, all right.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know everything about it. So
Never-
you should have been very successful.
Not in this era.
You're the most knowledgeable person I've talked to almost in my life.
Not in this era. No era, Dave.
Next time Brent calls me, I'm gonna tell him to go shut up. I don't want to talk to him anymore. I'm gonna talk to Dave Meltzer.
All right, all right.
You call a success.
There you go. So there is Ole fucking on Dave Meltzer. And yeah, dude, R.I.P. Ole and R.I.P. Virgil and R.I.P. Dave, because that was you've been getting bodied lately, even by your own fucking people.
Dummy, yeah.
And that, folks, was the Dave Meltzer dummy moments of the week. What's happening, Pro Wrestle Times listeners? Phil Marks here, and I just had to interrupt myself babbling for 1 second to talk about Pro Wrestle Times' affiliate partnership with Fanatics and WWE Shop. That's right, you can get your favorite WWE superstar merch, tees, caps, hoodies. We're on the road to WrestleMania, folks. There's so much at WWE Shop, and if you use our affiliate link below, not only will you be directly supporting your favorite WWE superstar, but you'll be supporting PWT as well, and you'll be supporting your drip. Check your reflection, it'll look like perfection. And did I forget to mention, you'll grab all the attention by clicking PWT's official WWE Shop affiliate link below and get you some digs now. Let's get back to the show. So, Hairline, some other person said some dumb shit involved with AEW in a way. Yeah, which I just wanted to talk to you about, and then we'll review SmackDown and we'll review AEW Revolution. So I want to share with you guys once again. So Tony Khan says that he says that by 2025 there'll be a fucking challenger brand. So good for them.
What does that mean?
Talk about your career, your life's work.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
That they're not competition. That's what that means. That he admits that they're not competition. So this fucking guy right here. This guy right here had something to say about Kurt Angle, and I want you to hear this, Hairline. So Darby Allin had this to say about Kurt Angle.
You're retiring, but we're going to make sure that you wrestle this guy. And it could be a guy you have no interest in wrestling in. And then the fact that you have to tuck your tail between your legs and be a nice little good boy and get a paycheck and wrestle somebody that you have no desire to wrestle. We're talking about your career, your life's work.
Hey, instantly, fuck you, Darby. How about that?
Why doesn't he want to wrestle Kurt?
It's baffling to me that people are such little bitches.
Before he even said little bitches. So he calls Kurt Angle a little bitch.
Why? I don't what?
Because he tucked his tail between his legs and
what
wrestled.
Experience does he, hold on. What experience does he have working with him or anything? Like
none. Dude.
Was it an indie match or something?
No. He's just Darby's just talking about obviously WWE versus AEW, and they're using the example of like, dude, like Darby saying that essentially what Kurt did was tucked his tail between his legs like a little bitch, his words, not mine, and did what Vince told him and wrestled Corbin at WrestleMania, which why would you do that? Oh, just for a paycheck you did that? It's no self-respect. That's what he's saying about Kurt, because he's on some fucking podcast talking about the freedom he has in AEW versus what you would get in WWE, a place he's never worked. Fuck him. And when he flipped through that shit, I went good, you know? Because that, like, you know, Kurt Angle, I said it on the live stream. Kurt Angle gave his mobility and he gave his ability to fucking lift his children. He gave his life to this industry, man, so that Darby could flip off things and smash through glass and think he's over. So yeah,
Go
Darby,
to Antarctica, hang out with the blonde-haired people.
yeah. So I don't know. What do you make of all that?
I don't understand it, man. Like, you're supposed to put someone over on your way out. Clearly, Vince is very obviously. Again, I don't know why I keep addressing this. Obviously, the Vince era is gone, but back then, Vince saw something in Corbin, and that's what you're supposed to do. Is like, hey, pal, can you put one of my guys over on your way out? You know, so like, I don't see the problem there. Like all that, I don't know. I'm a mark talking through a podcast, and obviously I'm not one of the boys, but like that sounds right to me. Just putting someone over on your way out.
I just don't like that he's like, you tucked your tail between your legs, you fucking like a little bitch for a paycheck, bro. To someone like Kurt Angle,
a paycheck, money,
yeah. And if he like, okay, if Darby was talking about like someone in AEW or something, I would go, oh shit. But no, dude, he's talking about, I don't know, man. He's talking about a guy that he has nothing to do with, no interaction with, a legend in the profession, in the sport, who you know, I just can't believe like that's an Olympic gold medalist. Like Kurt with 2 fucked up arms and shoulders would beat Darby's ass right now in real life. Like, I don't know, Darby, you can do skateboard tricks with Bam Margera or whatever. That's cool. But I just can't believe you'd say that about Kurt. That's so fucking disrespectful, bro. You know what I mean? For real, bro. Like, that shit is just really rubs me the complete wrong way. And I'm not like, apologize. You know, you said your shit, but you just like lost a fan. Like, I put Darby over all the time, but that's some shit I cannot agree with. You know what I'm saying? I can't get down with that. But anyways,
well, it's just like, it's crazy to hear him disrespect a legend like that.
And I just hate when these guys who've never been to WWE and never could make it in WWE fucking talk shit about WWE.
Exactly.
Bro, anyone in WWE could make it in AEW. No one in AEW makes it in WWE that's talking shit about WWE. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't hear these guys, you don't hear like Ricky Starks popping off about fucking WWE. You know, you hear Eddie Kingston talking about that place because they turned his ass down. That's all I'm fucking saying. Like,
hey, I'm from Yonkers. I eat a carton of ice cream every
you hear Mox talking shit because they wouldn't match his money when he tried to go back as John Moxley after a few years in AEW. Yeah. That's why. But anyway,
everyone jobbed to me and Claudio.
So Where's Wheeler? Yeah. Speaking of Darby, though, we'll review his shit. So SmackDown, we want to talk about SmackDown. The Rock. So we're not going to play this whole ass segment. The reason being, you know, we like to play the promos. We're not going to play it just simply because, we'll play the end of it. I want to play the end of it just to sort of show the subtleties, the conspiracy theories, the X-Files, if you will. But let's review SmackDown. Should I bring up the Bleacher Report page? Like, should I show that on the screen? That's what we use, guys. We use...
No, let's do it because I'm trying to start beef with the one writer.
Okay. So
I love critiquing this asshole's fucking... I bet you this has only got like fucking 3 stars or some shit. Oh, 3.5.
Yeah, so Hairline likes to critique the Bleacher Report guy because that's what I read the reviews off. That's why sometimes I get things backwards or I miss a segment because it's how they lay it out on their site. The reason I go there is because Bleacher Report, like them or not, they you know, they do their diligence, right? They're thorough. So it's just like, okay, I can mess with these guys, you know? So that's why I go to them. But anyways, I used to go to Wrestling News Co., but then sometimes they don't get their reviews up on time. And AEW put their own reviews up, but then they edit out things that, like, if some shit botch, they'll take it off of their own website. But anyways, I'm going to share with you guys
something positive about them. I do completely agree with you. They have their things laid out very nicely. It's very formal and like, you know, it's very like, you know, it helps with the podcast. You know, I won't say that. What I was personally throwing shade at here is like the guy fucking clearly has a bias. You know
A
what I'm
plus,
saying?
or he's
So,
giving
like,
like a C to like fucking Dragon Lee and shit, you know? And you're like, come
right.
on, you know, like, what do you
Yeah,
mean?
it's like, shut up, dude. Ninja Max, the greatest indie wrestler of the year. It's like, what, bro? What? Okay, you and that auditorium of people agree. Cool.
Okay, so we had SmackDown and The Rock return. So we have this is Eric Beeston at Bleacher Report. Shout him out. We'll shout out these guys every time. So we got The Rock there. Where are they? Did he write where are they from? No. Announced in advance. So he even says what was announced in advance. Oh, yeah, we announced a bunch of great matches in advance. So
oh no, but they're complaining about how only 2 matches are planned out. Everyone comes in and they're all like, "No, I can't do that," and then I just make it work, and everything's great.
So yeah, they don't
really
say
miss
where they're
Cody.
from, where they're emanating from. Do you remember what city they were in or what?
Oh man,
I don't remember at all. It was I'm so
They
sorry.
don't
They
have
were
to
in
type in.
Glendale. I remember now. They were in Phoenix, but Roman Reigns said Glendale, and they all
Oh yeah,
started
because the
doing.
meth head.
And
Yeah,
then
the
yeah,
meth
the
head and the
crackheads.
cokehead.
Yeah,
Yep,
yeah,
you're right. Yep.
the trailer park crackheads and all that, dude. So Rock came out. He's in a fucking $1,000 shirt. Crowd's going insane. So what we're gonna do? Actually, look at what Bleacher Report does. They embed the Twitter here. So we're gonna play some flipping clips from here. We're gonna play the clips, man, and these little snippets of the Rock's promo because the Rock acknowledged. Look, he graded it an A hairline, as he should have. So what happened was the Rock acknowledged Roman and he put the ones up, but he had the L symbol in the air again, and then he switched it to the 1. Now the Rock and Roman keep saying everything we say and everything we do is important in this story. So
you listen to this, Cody Rhodes, and you too, you walking emoji clown show of Seth Rollins. Here's
oh shit, dude, he called fucking Seth Rollins a walking emoji clown. Did you hear that shit?
It's fucking great.
you listen to this, Cody Rhodes, and you too, you walking emoji clown show of Seth Rollins. Here's the thing. If you don't accept this challenge, and we're giving you an option, if you don't accept it, then you know, and they know, and the world knows that The Rock will do everything in his power to make sure you don't win that title. And let me tell you something else, punk. There ain't a man back there
And let me tell you something else, brother.
that could stop The Rock from making that happen. You know where The Rock sits. You know The Rock sits at the board. You know The Rock owns it all, which means The Rock is your boss.
Now, hairline, did you also hear The Rock snapping on, he just went on his Instagram and snapped for like 20 fucking minutes and he was like, fuck your story. Did you
Oh
hear
yeah,
all
no,
that?
I didn't hear any of that. Can you pull that
Okay,
up?
so it's like, I don't even, maybe there's like a snippet of it. I'll look it up here. I'll look it up. But I think there's like a snippet of it or something on X because he did a rant for like 21 minutes. We can't possibly play it all, but it's just fucking hilarious. So here's Roman though being like, acknowledge me, like do one thing, Rock.
Roman Reigns, my family, I acknowledge you.
Damn, that's nuts. I popped hard, dude. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, oh yeah. Gave me chills.
As my tribal chief.
As he should. This needed to be addressed.
And everyone's like, oh, Roman's just standing there. It's like that's always what he just did. He just talked some shit, and then someone else would talk the rest of the shit. And the other thing is, like, he's just desperate for the acknowledgement, you know. And we're gonna see these two fight eventually. Roman's not losing the belt. Maybe he loses the belt and then he blames the bloodline, and then. But I just don't think. I think they have to fight for the belt. I think that's what it is. I don't know.
What about Cody though? And
He'll just win it like next WrestleMania. So like these two will fight for the belt at SummerSlam. Roman will beat him. Cody will go through another year. He'll lose the Rumble next year, or he becomes the first guy to win it 3 times in a row. And everyone will be like, oh, we're done doing this story. But like they're trying to make new history. No one's won 3 in a row, I don't think, right? I think Austin did maybe. Or no, Austin's won 3 total. No one's won 3 in a row. So Cody wins the Rumble again next year.
Where I disagree with you is I see after Mania The Rock feuding with Triple H and Triple H returning or some shit.
Well, at Mania, yeah, that could be. But are you ready for my crazy bold prediction? That could happen. X-Files. That could happen. That could happen night 2 of Mania this year. I'm not trying to throw anything out there, but that match, Rock and Triple H, because The Rock's like, I'll be involved. The Bloodline, anyone can stop you in the Bloodline rules match for Roman and Cody. So that match is either going to be the Bloodline's barred, which this is how you get, because people are like, no, it has to be the Bloodline rules. Why'd they set that up? Well, because Triple H somehow fucks over the Bloodline, because they're calling out Triple H and who's really in charge. So Triple H fucks over the Bloodline rules match. Roman has to face Cody with no interference whatsoever. And then to make sure of that, The Rock fights Triple H night 2. That's all I'm saying, dude. That could be what they whip out of nowhere, because that match, they already sold it. Like that could be announced last minute and everyone go, holy fuck. You know, you don't need to build up. They've been building to that for decades. So I don't know. That's my thoughts. But you're right. That could be at next Mania.
SummerSlam.
And they put their ones up. So yeah, brilliant shit. So The Rock, here, I want to see if I can. Here's just a snippet. So this is the end of this right here is the end of a 21-minute rant promo he cut, just like guerrilla style in his backyard hairline.
Cody Rhodes, from the bottom of my heart, man to man, fuck your story.
You know what I'm saying? That was after a 21-minute thing where he's like, The Rock owns it all. I'm on the board. And you want Seth Rollins? Like, y'all don't get it. We're getting Seth versus Rock. We're getting Seth versus Roman. We're getting Rock versus Cody. We're getting Cody versus Roman again. We're going to get Seth versus Roman again. They're all of these matches are happening, and The Rock has a literal monetary vested interest in doing so. You know, because he's on the board. This is a work, shoot work, brother. So that's all I'm saying. It's great shit, pal. We have great stories the night of. I show up and the stories are great. Long-term booking. The greatest pay-per-view of all time.
No, I did long-term booking. That's what Tony Storm and Deanna Prazo was.
And then for Tony to announce hey, we're what did he fucking announce? We're doing AEW Dynasty pay-per-view like a couple weeks after Mania. It's like, why embarrass yourself like that? I just don't get it. Anyways, though.
Pay-per-view.
So yeah, he rated that an A. Shout out Eric, I think. What's his name? And Hairline, what did you think of this segment? I just thought it was fucking brilliant. This was all such money.
Yeah, it was great, man. The Rock's firing on all cylinders. I'm glad to hear he's going to be staying around. I would love for him to stay around, you know. Unfortunately, that's due to Hollywood being on some bullshit.
No, dude. He's gonna stay around because now he's on the board, so he has a
That's what I'm
monetary.
saying.
Yeah, he has monetary gain, and we talked about it before. He even said it in that long ass promo. He's like, in that 21-minute promo, the Instagram promo or whatever. He said it. He went, Seth Rollins. He's like, Seth, you're asking me why The Rock's here and what I'm doing here. And he starts laughing, and he's like, Seth, do you really think that when The Rock goes to when WWE sits down with Netflix and he starts naming the executives there, he's like, my good friend, this guy. He's like, and my good business partner, this guy. He's like, you don't think that when WWE sits down with them that they don't say, we have The Rock locked in? The Rock's in the #1 all-time viewed movie of all time in Netflix. He's like, you don't think they want to know that The Rock's locked in? He's like, do you think they give a damn or know who the fuck Seth Rollins is, dude? He's like, you clown. And I was like, oh my God, he bodied Seth on that Instagram shit. It's so long we can't go through it all, but yeah, he just, people think Seth are getting buried, and the AEW, what do you make of the AEW marks going like, 45 minutes? It was a 45 fucking minute segment. It was like half an hour, dude, of The Rock just calling everyone crackheads and shit. What do you make of the neckbeards going, oh, fuck it was so long, no wrestling on the wrestling show?
But like, that's how it always is. Not to like make it about that, but like fucking you guys even watch WWE? Because it's like fucking
no, because it's like, not real wrestling, bro. It's not real, though. Why I want to watch wrestling on my wrestling show? I don't want to see people get over and make me want to see wrestling on the big WrestleMania show. I just want to see wrestling now. Moves.
That right there. What you just said there. Boom.
Yeah. So leading into the next match, we have and people said that Naomi and Tiffany both got buried. They go, oh, they both got buried.
What?
Because they didn't get entrances and shit. Because The Rock went overtime. But it's like, bro, you don't get that The Rock, they went after The Rock segment and they had a great fucking match. These are two great women that are over. Like, they're just naturally getting over with people, and Naomi's been over. And then people were saying Naomi's buried by losing to Tiffy. And it's like, but bro, she walked out on the company. Well, she did kind of. She walked out. It seemed like she had better communication than Sasha, though. But she walked out. She went out, did her thing for a year, came back. What do you think they're going to do? She's going to put people over, and then she's going to get a bigger push. But through this Mania season, they're going to reward the people who've been there grinding this last year while she was out fucked off getting TNA over. Come on, man. Like, sorry, you go ahead.
She is also related to The Rock. So, by marriage.
Yeah, so, she was on the tree. But yeah, like you don't think anyone got buried in any of this. This was a great match. Naomi's doing,
Naomi should be getting Tiffy over.
Yeah, exactly, man. That's what it is. Here's a little clip. I don't want to get pulled down, but boom, just great work. I don't know. Both these ladies giving it their all, and Naomi gained so much experience points being in TNA. She really fucking leveled up there. So he graded this a C+. So I don't know if I'd give it a C+. That's worse than telling Maxxine don't come back. Like, I'd give this a B- or a B at least. But yeah, moving along, we had Bayley and Dakota Kai versus the Kabuki Warriors. Now, this was pretty solid work. Everyone loves Dakota Kai. She's really over. People think she's a hottie. Good for them. Good for whoever your tastes are. The Kabuki Warriors, I like that faction. Io Sky's kind of a backup player to the Kabuki Warriors in that regard. Because, like, I don't know, she's just sort of been playing the background since the faction got together. But this match was like good. It was like solid. Bayley's just selling her ass off. The Kabuki Warriors are just beating down Bayley, and then that's when Bayley goes to make the hot tag to Dakota. Dakota's selling it like she's reaching for the hot tag. Yeah, so Dakota Kai's reaching for the hot tag. She's reaching for it, and then that's when she just jumps off the apron at the last possible second. Sold me so well on it, but it makes sense.
Awesome.
Because these ladies can rip Japanese style promos, but it works if like, Dakota Kai's there to to talk for them in a way, right?
Damn, I honestly didn't see you putting this over. I thought you were gonna you would have rather just kept it the Joshi faction and all that. So that's
No,
surprising.
I'm okay with it. Now, I would rather have, like, if you asked me, yeah, I would rather just have it be the Joshi faction, but I'm okay. I've always said it. I'm okay with Kai going with these ladies, because she gets hurt a lot. So these other girls, like, not taking shots at her, just like preserve her because she's a great look. People love her. She can work if you need her to, and she can cut promos. So you just have her. Yeah, you just have her talk and then work less and let the Kabuki Warrior. Because, like, look at Asuka. I was saying this too. She's so fast. She hasn't missed a step at all, and she's in her 40s, and she has not missed a step, bro. She's still fast. She looks legit. She still lays her shit in. She's great with everything. And she hasn't slowed down at all. So Asuka's like, she can work more, like, preserve fucking Dakota's knees. But anyways, yeah, your thoughts on this match?
Although, okay, my bad. I'll immediately start with what you were saying there. The whole thing is Dakota Kai got into the NXT environment and all that a little late in her career. So, like, she's used to wrestling indie and all that. And, like, to what we were saying earlier, like the indies and AEW and all that's like being reckless with your body and all that and shit, and over in the WWE, it's work smarter, not harder. So exactly what you said, preserve her body there and not brutalize her knees and all that. And Asuka's been in the WWE system way longer, so I don't know. I just like it. It's baffling to me. Like the whole thing is like you're supposed to be.
Those little things, man. Oh my god, because it's just that's what they don't get. Oh, how do they book Jade better? Because look at her, just look at her, and you know what I mean, dude? Like actions speak louder than words. Her fucking. Just her showing up, staring down the champ and dwarfing over the champ, but then Io still like looking at her like, what are you gonna do? Who the fuck are you? And like Dakota laughing like, oh, you think you're something? It's all those little things, man, that means so much more. Yeah, dude. God damn it. It makes the match seem so much bigger if it happens, when it happens. I still think Jade just goes to NXT though, even though they're I don't know why. I just think she wins the NXT women's belt out of nowhere and shocks everyone. That's what it's got to be. But either way, and then Nick Aldis says something about, we talk. Oh, sorry, your thoughts on what I just said there?
I don't know if I necessarily agree with her taking the fucking.
I'm not down with Lyra Valkyria lately, though, dude. I'm just not feeling it at all. I'm really, really not feeling her shit at all.
They got the Tony Storm gimmick, not the gimmick per se, but like the lackey. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very parallel to each other. You know what I'm saying? With the you're kind of annoying, but now you're starting to get over with me. Oh, look, I got us a big
I'm just not feeling Lyra. She feels like she's like a really great.
I like her.
So she just came in, and they're just like, she's like the Kenny Omega of women. We're just gonna push her, and she's just like
Kenny Omega.
Not hating on Kenny, because like Kenny's a great worker, but it's like, what does she really do? Like, what does Kenny really do? Where's his great character? What is his? Oh, he's just a really great wrestler. That's all she is. It's just like, okay, I don't know. Whatever.
Hello, it's me, Kenny Omega. 1-800 Kenny.
So Braun Breaker comes out for his debut,
killing it.
And we're gonna play the whole match, I think, right here. So he comes out, he gets a big pop. Everyone loves his shit, and he's been wrestling guys that he's wrestled in NXT before, but just these like kind of no-name upcoming guys that are, just can get squashed, so they don't have to bring like a local talent in. Which, if it's me, I mean, I guess they have the bodies on the roster, so squash a random NXT guy, but it's like, why is that random NXT guy there on SmackDown if getting called up's a big deal? You got to just use a local jobber, in my opinion, but whatever.
It's just like it's using their own crap,
I agree, and it's worth more in the long run. But as a selfish mark, I'm going, but then it kind of like Braun got called up, so did this Zion Quinn guy too? I thought the whole point is you get called up so you start wrestling SmackDown guys now. Or local. Everyone understands the local jobber nobody, because it's like, oh, that's just some nobody local guy, who like, I don't know. It'd be cool if, I don't know. Imagine if Heyman was with Braun too. I know people say that shit, but it's like, I just think him having like a mouthpiece. I don't know. It's weird that Corbin's in NXT too. Like, just bring Corbin up and let him talk for fucking Braun. Don't even let Corbin don't even got to wrestle, you know. But anyways, I don't know.
That was hella went on.
Yeah, well, because like they're great together on NXT, and it's like fucking.
They're great, dude.
Corbin could just manage guys, you know. He's just great in everything he does. So here we go, though. Here's the match.
Braun Breaker is the fastest way you can do it. Easier said than done.
Here,
right out of the gate with a spear.
Lex.
And that's it. Here is your winner.
Charles Robinson gave the finish away a little bit because he was just there ready for the pin before Braun was. If you watch it again here.
Yeah, I wasn't even watching them redo it.
Oh, I might have fucked the video up from replaying it.
He's added the info.
No, we'll just leave it. Who cares? We got it. We'll just refresh.
Rock cut, Phil.
Did we just fuck the? Here we go.
Yeah, because he was talking. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, like if that was Roman
man.
Reigns, the ref wouldn't be there if he knew the pin wasn't coming, you know. But Charles knew the pin was coming, so.
And that's it.
And I was worried about Graves and Barrett. I was like, oh no, like usually Graves has got to be in that Barrett position, but he's really stepped up in the department there for, like in Cole's department, you know, like on SmackDown. It's a great pairing for commentary. Yeah, so Braun just getting over as fuck. An A+. Thank you. This Eric guy's a great guy. We should get him on the show. So then we get a street fight. And this was awesome, man. This was a fucking good little deal of business here, in my opinion.
It was way better than, I don't mean to immediately make it fucking us versus them, but it was so much better than the fucking Orange Cassidy versus fucking the dude from the Kingdom in their little Texas death match or whatever.
No,
and
yeah,
like
right.
that match was like fucking 80 years long, and it was like, how long was this match? You know, God.
Yeah, so for some reason I just spoiled it, but you guys already probably know. But Carlito and no, you're right though, man. And this street fight was really good. The improvisation spots, like with the apple, like when the crowd started chanting, "We want apples." This crowd was hot as shit too.
The apple missed. Is that what they said? Oh
yeah, dude. The "we want" So he hit him with the apple. We got all the spots, man. Everything was done well. And yeah, we're just getting the LWO over more, and they're booking these like, okay, you guys are gonna run out and do some flips. They're booking even like that really well, you know, to where it's not like overly cheesy and overdone, and it just kind of gets the lucha LWO shit over. Andrade's somewhere in this mix, right? So we're getting he's gonna be involved he's gonna choose a side somewhere, you know. Or he's going to do his own thing, but I think he'll get in the mix here because we've sort of seen him proposition. But ultimately what happened, dude, Rey Mysterio comes back and the clip will not work via Bleacher Report. It's not available in my location. So I guess fuck Canada, right? But yeah, Rey Mysterio is back, and he was fired up. He's returned just in time for WrestleMania. Carlito gets his win.
Like fucking they work me quickly, and like again, like it's awesome. Like, you know, being such a fucking wrestling nerd, I see it all coming. So it was all like, oh, what is this, a fucking Adam Cole moment where fucking, oh, yeah, if you can come back early, you know, and help manage. But it was like, nah, fucking man. I don't know. I'm looking forward to this feud. You know, they really built it up, like basically what you said. You know.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Who do you think, Ray? Do you think it's like a big multi-man match at WrestleMania? Like a bunch of, or like, do you think they save that for like the go-home show or something? Like Ray and Santos and Andrade and blah, 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 in a big like multi-man lucha crazy match?
It'll probably be the WrestleMania kickoff, right?
Yeah, yep. I'm assuming, yeah. They probably will have matches on both nights of kickoffs, if I had to guess, you know?
Yep, and that's where we'll find her. But it's gonna be great.
It'll be great. So moving along here, Orton versus Theory. Now this match was phenomenal, dude. So ahead of the main event, though, Nick Aldis gets confronts LA Knight, who's been storming around backstage. We see him storming around, and he's looking to get some vengeance on on AJ Styles, right? So this is a big Mania match that we're gonna get. And dude, he's looking to get some vengeance on AJ Styles, who flew across the world to attack him in the Elimination Chamber.
Well, it's some classic wrestling right here, bro. It's a reason for me to tune in. Like, he didn't see him yet. Oh, not yet. And it's like, yep. I gotta keep watching the show so I can see when he finds AJ. That kind of shit.
Yeah, and now some people are predicting there's going to be some multi-man match at Mania, like Owens and Orton and Paul and whoever for the US title. My whole shit is like, I think they're just going to do Orton versus Paul, right? Because he knocked him out with the Nux, dude. Like, and that's a big star money match. Like, those two will put on a crazy match, right? So, what do you think?
No, I completely agree. I don't see it being a triple threat or anything.
Yeah, and then I don't know, like KO. I don't know what they're building up to with him, but something maybe with Theory and Waller again, or I don't know.
KO just seems to be being a good worker right now. He signed with them instead of going to AEW, and they rewarded him with that title run with Sammy.
And then he wrestled Stone Cold, for fuck's sakes.
Right, and he just worked with Logan Paul, which is technically one of the biggest superstars of all time. So it's like, I think he's like, not to be like that, but like, I think he's good.
Yeah, I think you're right. Or do we get some sort of evolution scenario where it's like KO and Randy Orton, because they seem like they're going to be kind of teaming up, and it's like KO and Randy Orton versus Paul, Waller, and Theory.
Man, I think they're fucking this up. Like, I think we should have turned fucking Lawler babyface after that Australia shit. I know, like, we're getting hints of it.
They should have turned Waller babyface on Theory, and then they wrestle at Mania, or they wrestle like on the Go Home show, or they wrestle on the Kickoff or something. That for sure. Yeah, dude, I agree. That would have been the time to do it. But like how Austin hijacked his show, and then fucking Waller could have been like, "Hey, who you think you are, mate? Like, yeah, we're mates, but you don't hijack my show," and then whatever, that could have been totally a thing. But anyways, so LA Knight, whatever, he's pissed off. But anyways, we get this fucking match, and this is why WWE is WWE. This is a SmackDown moment that will live in infamy forever. Kids will I'll talk about this 10 years from now. You got Orton selling his fucking back like a genius, selling his back, right? You got Theory selling like $1 billion. So we got this clip here of this RKO. I don't know if they're gonna, and also Waller selling like $1 million. We had the botched fucking suplex spot that everyone's debating. They're like, everyone's mad at each other on X. They're like, oh no, Theory saved the spot. Oh no, Randy Orton saved the spot. And it's like who gives a fuck? Like, they both saved the spot, you fucking idiots. Like, Jesus Christ, But so I'll play that clip too in a second. Or here, I'll play it first. I'll play the botch very first here. And then we get this brilliant RKO, and then we get a brilliant stunner by Kevin Owens onto Austin Theory, and Theory sells it like $1 billion. I'll play that as well. But just quickly, like, your thoughts on this match overall. Just like, even when they fucked up, dude, they saved it, and it was phenomenal. And Orton selling his back, like, it's just all so good, man. Your thoughts?
It was great wrestling, and it was a reason to tune into the show. Like, obviously, fucking, the psychology here is like the two snake guys are like going against the big body wrestler. So, like,
yeah,
it's all there. But yeah, no, I fucking man, like we were talking on the elimination episode. Fucking Orton's so good right now. With all this, like God, I'm being a broken record here, but like that's what it's supposed to be. Is like he's technically just laying on the ground and selling his back, and he's getting paid a bunch of money for it. You fucking dummies.
Yeah. And here's the botch. Like, who gives a fuck? Like, I want your opinion, I guess. Who saved it? Yeah, let's watch.
Randy appeared to be in at Elimination Chamber, suffering through intense agony.
So do you see what happened? Sorry, the sound's not matching up. Whoever uploaded this clip, Turnbuckle Times. But do you see this? Do you see this happening here, Hairline? Like, who do you think saved this?
Yeah.
So Orton goes for a superplex. His foot slips. And then what happens is he drops down. Theory goes, but if you watch, when Orton's foot goes up, so how you guys do this maneuver is when Orton's foot goes up, Theory, if you're going to do it as gracefully as these two, Theory's foot goes up at the same time. They both spring off at the same time. And then, right? That's the idea. Like, Theory gets his foot up, flips, while Orton gets to the very top, and then they get very, very, very high in the air. Like, Orton sometimes stalls in the air. So Theory's trying to time it like that. But what happens is Orton slips, he lands on the ground, Theory steps up, and then Theory goes, fuck it, I'll just go, flips over, and then Orton just falls backwards. Like, so what this is to me, guys, it's not Theory saved it. No, dude, this is a combination of both of these guys saving it and knowing what to do in a situation. They're right next to each other. So Theory probably just said, go anyways, or he just went go, or you probably just went. And then Orton knew, I'm going to fall backwards with the move. Because as RVD says it, you can feel this shit. If you know what you're doing and there you feel it, and you don't even need to talk, So to me, you can't just be like, Theory saved it, Orton saved it. It's two professional wrestlers here, folks. This is sorry, your thoughts.
So what I'm seeing here is that Theory saved
Flying in the air, Cell roll out of the ring. That's how you do that, okay? Sorry, not dissing the man bear. Yeah, the man bear pigs. It's a man bear pig. It's half man, half bear, half pig.
I'm glad you heard me. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh fuck.
Goodness. So here's the RKO though to finish the
Oh, what a sell. One more time. Oh, my God.
just
Ow.
I mean
Just dead.
I've watched it 100 times. One more.
Oh,
It's just like you don't. They built up to that too. It's not like 700 fucking RKOs,
Shout out to Crispy Wrestling.
It's like they built up to the shit. Sorry, I'm
Yeah. You can tell that these guys both understand actual wrestling. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm just some mark behind a fucking microphone, But I can visually see that these two like get it,
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Orton gets a win. This guy rated it a B+. I'm not going to be like it was an A+, but I don't know. It was really good for me.
A-.
I felt like it was up there for me. So yeah, overall though, he gave this SmackDown an A. I agree,
man. We just blew the shit out of this match because it was that. It was guys in the moment improvising and just feeding each other properly and being where they needed to be in the ring.
It's true, man. Yeah, a round of applause for that SmackDown. So now we get into AEW stuff. And here, I just need to, before we get into it, I want to pull up the Darby Allin glass spot, obviously, which we'll talk about when it goes down.
God, I can't believe, dude, I was watching them set that up and it was all like...
I can believe. So quickly, your thoughts going into Revolution. So it's like, okay, the Dynamite before, it's like you got heel Joe, heel Swerve, and heel Adam Page, who are all going to fight each other for the title. Okay. And then you had Sting come down from the rafters in an empty building. And I pointed out they should do it on the pay-per-view, but on the live show, someone has said in the chat, they were like, no, that's usually something they did on Nitro, though. Like, and then at the pay-per-view, he gets a big proper entrance. And I was like, you're actually right. So that did convince me. It's just shitty they had like an empty building for that. This Dynamite drew a lower rating than the one the week before, taking Sting shit aside. So it's like, oh. So Sting sold out that building. Going into Revolution, the Dynamite's whatever. You heard Bryan Alvarez blackout about it. I'm just gonna repeat the same shit as him. So so there's no point in going over it. Collision was whatever. And then Rampage is whatever. It's all whatever, right? CMLL guys getting fucking wins, and Wardlow cut some promo about, I did it my damn self. I picked myself up and I came in myself. And it's like, no, you didn't, dude. You teamed up with the fucking Devils to get to come back. Like, no, you didn't do it your damn self. Like, this is fucking stupid. And now you guys are scattered. You're not even in a faction. You don't even do faction shit. So it's super dumb. This show's awful. But the pay-per-view, man, of course, Tony Khan stacks it full of matches, and it's so fucking many matches. It's great. So Bleacher Report once again for the AEW show, and they had the kickoff show, the 0 hour, which I watched.
I did not.
You did not. Okay, so it's whack because they don't have the clips like the other.
Well, let me tell you, he gave it all A's.
Yeah, I bet you. Well, we'll see who wrote this one. This is Eric Beeston, so the same guy. So we can see how he compares WWE to
watch this one.
Yeah, this will be awesome. This will be awesome. So, yeah, he says who was announced. So we kick off the 0 hour with here. Let me share with you, my friends. You are my friends. So the 0 hour.
You're all great.
How much better is this new thing we got going on here, Hairline? It's way better, dude.
Season 4 is my favorite season of PWT. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're gonna have kind of a Walking Dead run here. You know what I'm saying? Where there's been like season 10 of PWT, and it's like Scott Gimble's walked away and all that crazy shit.
Okay, I'm just kidding, man. So 0 hour 12-man tag team match, a 12-man tag team match.
I'm glad I skipped that.
So this is who it is. Ready? Jeff Jarrett,
Epic.
Jay Lethal, who they were teasing were going to break up and feud, but they never did.
Wait, hold on. Is that the Texas guy?
Jay Lethal?
No, the guy next to fucking Jeff Jarrett.
Oh, no, yeah, I'm getting there.
Cowboy?
There. So no. That's Willie Mack. So I love Willie Mack, but like,
what the Ring of Honor guy?
You in Ring of Honor? Yeah, what the fuck? And then it's Satnam Singh.
Tony rewarding his fucking people that show up weekly.
Oh my god! And then you have the Private Party for some reason.
What is this?
After they cut some promo on TV, going private Party interrupted all the trios and went, "We're gonna be the next tag team," and then they're just in a 12-man group with Jeff Jarrett and shit. And then they take on Jay White, the Guns, who are the ROH 6-man tag champs, and the fucking Acclaimed and Billy Gunn, who are the the AEW trios champs. So Tony Khan goes, "Oh, I got a great idea.
Yeah, this would be really good.
I'm gonna put
and Willie Mack
instead of having multiple trios. I'm gonna put these two trios
together. What about
in a
this guy?
6-man team and kill all of everyone's heat and momentum, and have them fight random groups of 12 people instead of establishing, or 6 people instead of establishing a trios division." This match was fucking ridiculous. It was good. I mean, most of these guys can work well, but it's just like Caster's choking on the wraps. That's his gimmick. But it's just burying him. So now they're just going to bury Caster for no reason. Oh, my God. Imagine if John Cena started choking, dude. Oh, my God. That would have ruined his shit. But, yeah, I guess it's new and unique, but this got a C-. So thank you. So, okay, Eric is our kind of guy. Come on the pod. Eric Beeston from Bleacher Report. He gave it a C-, dude, and good, because this was just like whatever. And then Jay White grabbed the mic, cut an awesome promo, but it's like, and then now they're teasing like he might get an international title shot or he might be in the world title picture. Good, but like, what the fuck, man? It's just crazy. It's too little, too late. And then we had a tag team match. Julia Hart and Sky Blue. Look at Sky Blue in the picture. She's just Julia Hart, but brunette now. They were both wearing the same outfits. It's Julia Hart, but a brunette. And
like, and that's what you said about fucking the Chase U shit, was like it's too similar, you know?
Yeah,
so.
they just made JC Jane, and now on NXT they're teasing, oh, Thea Hale's gonna be the old, like he, because they're like, oh no, this guy likes the old Thea Hale, and then they're gonna change.
Yeah,
So Shawn Michaels
do it
to PWT.
Yeah. JC Jane's done great things for Chase U, but this is one thing she hasn't done fucking great. Okay, not that. Well, I know we're on AEW,
but I called it from the beginning. I was like, no, dude, they're just, now it's another girl in black. Like she's just gonna be a mini JC Jane, but blonde. Like fuck that. So this is this is now Sky Black is just Julia Mini Hart, but brunette. They ruined her. They ruined what made her her. Right. So now we have them versus Willow Nightingale and Chris Statlander, and they're a good little team. But who cares? This feud's been going forever on AEW, but there's no real story behind it. There's no real story behind it. And then you got Stokely Hathaway on commentary, and he's popping me on commentary the whole time. Well, because his whole gimmick is he like manages Stat and Willow, and he like thirsts over them, kind of, you know, like he's real into them both, kind of thing. And I can tell why. But yeah, Stokely's on commentary, and it's hilarious, right? So he's popping me. But basically, this guy graded it a C+, and good again, because it's like that's what it was. It was a C+ performance. If anything, like it was a match where, I don't know, it just seemed like kind of spotty at times and just not really, I don't know. And it's just like no one's invested in this. There's no reason. And like Hart, yeah, like they said here, this was Hart's first match back from like a bit of an injury that kept her sidelined, and it was a tag. And then and yeah, so it was what it was, man. But then we moved on to the pay-per-view, and it was the TNT Championship match. Now, this thing kicked off. Now, I didn't start the live stream until near the end of Danielson and Kingston, and that's just because I started it a little late. Basically, instead of like putting Edge and Christian in a cage so no one could interfere or something like that and get a big money match, they go with Garcia, and Edge isn't even on this pay-per-view, and neither's like Ricky Starks or anyone who's over. They get Dick Wiggler on here, and he takes on Christian Cage for the TNT title. And now no one cares about the TNT title. Like people I see it online. Even AEW fans are like, man, I love Christian, but it's just another dead dad thing. And it's just like the TNT title needs to get off of him. And then you got like Nick Wayne's Cougar mom there, like for whatever reason. And then it's just like Garcia's not getting over, bro. Like I don't know what he doesn't get about like Yuta and Garcia and these guys. Like they're not, and Sammy Guevara. Like they're not getting over. Put them in Ring of Honor and let them be your next crop of fucking talent while you have all these legends. Like, why do you have fucking these people you're paying? How the fuck do you have Claudio on your shit, on your like, you know, you got Claudio on your roster. He's not even fighting for your international title like him and Miro and Jay White. It's just goofy. Like this TV title is what Roddy Strong should be fighting over. You know, they're fucking Americans. Like everyone's been an American who's been the international champ so far. But this match was whatever. I really didn't give a fuck. I got to be completely honest, because I don't care about Garcia. And then it's just like Cage did his thing. You know, he knows how to sell. There was a little botchy finish. The match went to, not botchy, I mean like spotty, kind of like there was a schmoz is what I'm trying to get at. And there was like as it said here too, like Garcia hits a pile driver. Like the match went too long for me as well. But yeah, so that was what it was. This guy rated it a B, and I guess that's not the worst rating. So where I started the live stream, and whenever Hairline's all good, you just start yapping and I'll hear you. But yeah, the Continental Crown Championship match, Kingston and Danielson. Now these two guys, they started doing like spots where they're fucking like little brother boxing, like body shot boxing each other, boom, boom, back and forth and shit. And that was pretty funny.
That was too long.
Yeah, and the match just went too long. It went too long. Kingston's got these 3 belts that don't mean anything. ROH Final Battles coming up, and they had to ask Tony at the press conference, like, "Oh, is he gonna be on the show actually and defend his fucking belt?" You know, and it's like, no shit. And then you got Danielson, who, I mean, whatever. This is just like someone's dream match, Danielson's dream match, I guess. This guy gave it an A. I don't know about all that, man.
It definitely wasn't an A, man. Like,
yeah, I'm over Kingston. I gotta be honest.
Wasn't this like a 45-minute match of them just like doing each other's shit?
They were just like slapping each other. Well, what do you mean doing each other? Eddie Kingston doesn't have shit. Eddie Kingston hits a fucking suplex that makes you
yeah, he has shit. But his whole thing is he's a homage act to fucking New Japan, dog.
Yeah. He has the chops in the corner that look like complete shit.
Right. See.
Okay, so that's not anything. That's not anything.
That's his gimmick, bro.
Jesus. And then he beats Danielson, and it's just Danielson's too giving for this goddamn. Yeah, it says right here, Kingston's exploder suplex in honor of Jun Akiyama was a nice touch.
What did I tell you?
It's just like, God, get the fuck out of here.
I'm supposed to know who that is. Who is that even?
Well, I know who
Google it quick.
God. Okay, so then next we have Eddie King. Okay. Just reading those ones. So up next we have the All-Star. So this is what was supposed to happen. There was supposed to be a Meat Madness match, is what Tony Khan called it. Meat Madness. And it was supposed to be Wardlow versus, I think, Lance Archer versus Hobbs or something like that. And then he went, oh no, there's multiple injuries, so the match won't happen. But we're going to have the 8-man All-Star anyways. And then all the guys who were supposed to be in that match were in this anyways. So Tony Khan's such a mark, he wanted to make the meat chant, meat, into a fucking match. So what a mark. But then also he wanted to
I hate that shit.
So he had like 4 cruiserweights.
What the fuck is Hook doing in there?
I guess if you count Jericho as a cruiserweight, this guy Magnus from CMLL, like, God, yeah, why not put like one of your luchadors? You're forcing Commander down my throat every week. You're not going to put him in this match on your pay-per-view? What the fuck are you
mad
doing,
at him, bro? Remember when he? Oh no, it's okay. That doesn't work for you, brother. We'll figure something out. You don't remember that?
Yeah, dude. It's just
it's punishing him.
It's so silly, man. He brings in these CMLL guys. Like, what about the luchas you have? Like, how the fuck do you flop Penta and Ray Phoenix that much? But so Bryan,
hold on though. It's what I just said though. The luchas he has don't listen to him, and they keep going. That doesn't work for me, amigo. You know, and like,
yeah, dude.
So
we got this match where we got this match where they go, the winner of this 8-man scramble is going to get the number 1 contender is a number 1 contender for Joe's world title, or whoever wins the title's world title tonight. Well, didn't you just bring the rankings back a week ago? The fuck is Dante Martin rank? Who's in the tag and trios division? How does he rank against Archer, who doesn't ever wrestle, versus Wardlow, who just came back, versus Jericho, who's on fucking every show? What? Didn't you just bring the rankings back, Tony Khan? Why the fuck would this? So then, fuck the rankings. This 8-man All-Star scramble gets you a title shot. So exactly like we said, they're just going to say fuck the rankings. And then instead of being an elimination match, to explain it and go, well, if you're going to do this, it's an elimination style match. So 8 guys get eliminated and that moves you up a bunch of spots in the rankings. Okay, that would make sense. But they didn't do that. It's just one man gets the fall because they're going to try and keep everyone strong. So Wardlow in a bunch of spots, there's meat spots, there's fucking Archers doing backflips. There's all these there's some good spots. Like it's an entertaining Mark Indy match, whatever. Like I'm impressed at it too. I'm a Mark, so I like to see people
I
do
didn't like
impressive
it,
shit.
man.
Well, that's what I mean though. But it's like this is what it is though. For AEW, who did this get over? Wardlow pins Martin at the end of it. Okay, like why didn't you have like Archer eliminate like 5 guys, and then Wardlow eliminates Archer, and then you get a little big man match out of that. It was just such a waste of everyone.
They're all buddies and getting each other over, and
it's just stupid. Wardlow pinned Martin, and I'm supposed to believe he's going to get a threat to the world title when Joe already choked his ass out and shaved his head and made him look like a bitch. Fucking stupid, man.
I absolutely despise the spot where they all started no-selling each other. Like
I know, C+.
Then like, so I'm supposed to believe that like these wrestling moves aren't working, but then suddenly 15 seconds later they are working. Like you guys are just burying yourselves, and like God, I don't know, man. But whatever. Like okay, they're happy with it. Like they get to cheer meat and whatever, the fucking bunch of dummies. I don't. I'm not trying to be the old man fucking yelling at the cloud here, but like,
yeah,
that's what it is.
So up next though, we get the AEW International Championship match, Cassidy versus Strong. I thought Cassidy was going to win this again. Again though, it's stupid because the only international champs have all been American, other than Rey Fenix, who won it by accident because he knocked out Moxley, but he's a Mexican from Mexico, and that's still North America. So can we get someone, if it's an international belt, can we get someone from like another country or continent or something? You know, it's crazy. So Roderick Strong wins the belt. This match I started kind of tuning out. I don't know. I thought Cassidy was going to get the Super Cena comeback. His back was all taped up. Roddy worked his back, though, hit him with a backbreaker. And it was what it was, man. Kyle O'Reilly came back. He stared down Roderick Strong and looked all distraught. And he's like, no, like, so we're going to get eventually Adam Cole. Like, we're going to get Adam Cole, Roddy, and Kyle O'Reilly are going to break off from like these Devil Kingdom guys, because it was just such a thrown together bullshit ass fucking faction. So I don't know, man. This match was what it was, and let's see, this guy graded it a B. I'm glad that the title's on like someone legit like Roddy, but yeah, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, basically fucking it's a step in the right direction giving the belt to Roddy and whatnot. But like we know Tony Khan already. Like we know none of this is gonna go in the right direction. Fucking get the right push, yada yada yada. So like for everything they do right, they do 50 fucking things wrong, you know. But I'm definitely glad to see the belt off of Orange Cassidy because he didn't fucking need it in the first place with his little fucking hissing contest he got into with Moxley and all that shit.
No, you're absolutely right, man. So and it just again went too long. There's just too long of matches.
And then also like the devil shit's fucking dumb. It was all thrown together. The build-up was better than the payoff. You know what I'm saying? It was the classic Vince McMahon, the sizzle.
Oh, the build-up was. I thought the build-off was ass too, but
like compared to the actual story, you know.
Yeah, and then Joe just has nothing to do with them, and then Max has just been gone. And it's like, what did this do for anyone? Yeah. So up next we had FTR versus Moxley and Castagnoli, who cosplayed the Road Warriors. And yeah, man, people bled. They chopped each other a lot. I'm not gonna shit on it. This isn't like the worst tag match. It was pretty good. Like the guys involved all know how to work, but
it was
just
too long.
Went too long, man. All of these matches, like the long matches, don't matter if every match goes so long. And it's just like, who am I? Like, why are these guys beefing? They just brawled on Dynamite last week or something. Like, why? Like, I thought the BCC were feuding with all the CMLL guys. So it's just too much bullshit, too much nonsense. Oh, let's just put these guys on. And then BCC beat FTR as well, didn't they?
I don't fucking know, dude.
Who won? Yeah, BCC beat FTR. So it's like, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like
all I know
is
fucking Dax is looking like he's ready to head off to the fucking YMCA, bro.
Yeah, he blocked us on X, dude.
Why?
Just, I don't know, probably because I was shitting on Sap. These two, and Cash went after, someone told me in the chat that Cash actually blocked and talked shit to them on X because he was criticizing Sap. And these two, we talked about it, but it's known. Like FTR, like I love them, whatever, but they leak to Sap and stuff. They leak to dirt sheets and shit, bro. So yeah, I think it was just because I was like, fuck Sap and them. But yeah, so the match was whatever. Went too long, man. Up next, though, we had Toni Storm, Timeless Toni Storm, take on Deonna Purrazzo. Now, here's where I'm struggling with the women's division, okay? Well, let's talk about this match first. So, Timeless Toni Storm, her gimmick's great. The music hit, the old Toni Storm music hit, and then she came out in her WWE gimmick. But Swerve was Mariah May, but I thought it was actually Toni, and I went, oh, that popped me to see, but I went, that's a bad idea, dude. Like, it's too much WWE cosplay, and it is WWE cosplay. But then she Timeless came out and she had the weight belt on and all that, and I went, thank fuck. And I knew she's gonna retain. She has to retain. Her shit's too over and too interesting on TV. But Purrazzo's been getting over. Like if you watch the show, like I don't know if she's doing ratings wise, but she's getting over with the crowd and me, and her and Toni are doing good shit, pal. The thing is that now Sasha Banks is going to come in, and what? She's not going to go for the TBS title. So they're just going to kill Purrazzo's momentum. And you had Thunder Rosa just came back, who's just on Collision having matches. Like she's one of the most over talents in the company. So you have a good problem to have all these talents, but you don't have a good problem where Purrazzo's finally building up momentum, and then you're just going to have Mercedes come in and Purrazzo's just going to flounder down the card again. I already know what Tony does, dude. I already know how he books. So they're just going to forget about Purrazzo, even though she's able to get herself over. So I don't know. This match, though, was I thought it was really good, especially for it was just good chain wrestling. Toni works her gimmick. My biggest criticism of before was she didn't let things breathe enough in AEW. And but with this gimmick, she does. That's what this gimmick is just facials and selling and putting, like taking the time to whatever. And Purrazzo's always done that. She's the virtuoso. So this is a great match here, dude. I appreciated this match, and Toni Storm won, the right person. A little chicanery, but yeah, your thoughts on this match?
Shout out to Luther's new black suit, dog. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? But piggyback off what you were saying, the Mariah May shit was stupid. Why are we praising the enemy, the big bad devil? You know what I'm saying? Fucking if Satan is my enemy, I'm definitely not going around dressing up like his fucking.
Well, the
his minion.
storyline is like Purrazzo's like, I want the old Toni Storm back, and so she like did it as like a fuck you.
Okay.
But enough fuck yous to WWE, dude. Enough fuck yous to them. Like enough. Stop bringing them up. You know?
Stop it, you fucking marks. We get it, right? God, biggest fucking fans. No, yeah, solid match for sure, man. The feud was definitely long enough. We usually fucking get 2 weeks feuds in these companies, or like we get 1 week of a storyline and then something else, and then another fucking week of the storyline. So it's nice that we consistently got build to this, But yeah, overall, decent fucking match. Tony's probably my favorite thing in AEW right now. Tony and Swerve.
I said it on the live stream. I was like, she's like one of the only reasons like worth tuning into that show.
And she's so WWE, dude. It's crazy.
Yeah, not to be like a full blown fucking hater, but anywho, so we have moving along, Ospreay versus Takeshita. Now, this match, like, okay, it was. If all the other long ass matches weren't on this card, this would be an epic match. There was a lot of no selling, which I don't like, but I get it for the modern wrestling, and the little bit of selling Ospreay and Takeshita do. They do it well. They do it really well. I like both these guys. I really fucking do. My whole thing is just that. Again, like Ospreay, this guy gave it A+. I don't know about all that. Ospreay, everyone kicks out of his shit. I've said it. I've been saying it for like months now. Everyone kicks out of his shit. So it just buries his own moves and shit. I want to see him. He already does every crazy move in the book too. So what is he going to do ever where you can just end a match with a fucking move, I I don't know, but this match was probably my match of the night. If you just isolate, that's what you have to do with AEW. You have to isolate each match, and then you go, oh, the pay-per-views are great. The reason the pay-per-views are great are because they're great matches. But the reason WWE's pay-per-views are greater because they're great matches with great stories that build up to them, and it clearly works better. It clearly draws more and shit. And I want to be invested in 30 fucking minute long matches all night, but I can't be if you don't give me enough story. It's like, dude, wrap this shit up. Like, why is it just buries the long matches? But this was a great match. My biggest criticism of this card, though, is that the referees, there was at least 4 or 5 instances throughout the night where a referee clearly counted to 3 and a motherfucker didn't have their shoulders up yet. So fuck all you guys doing these way 2.999 false finishes. Stop that shit, because you're just looking dumb. You're burying the refs. You're burying the product. You're burying the matches. Everyone did it. I can't even point it out. Jericho did it. During the FTR match, it happened. During this Ospreay match, it happened. Every fucking match, someone got a 3 count and didn't get their shoulder up on time. Kick out, man. Like, fuck.
It's hit cry wolf territory where it's like I'm not even invested anymore. Oh, it's a pin? Well, I already know he's going to kick out, so who cares?
Yeah, and then Ospreay obviously gets the win, so they've buried Takeshita because Takeshita's whole gimmick is he wins every match. Yeah. He wins every match, and he just slaughters everyone. But then when he gets to the big match, he chokes. Other than Kenny, but ever since he's fought Kenny's fallen apart and hasn't even been on TV and is all sick and shit. That's what I mean. So it's like, that's how we remember Kenny, as this guy who had to pull out of matches because he's injured and unwell. And that's how Takeshita beat him. So it's like, he's choked every big match. So it's just like, we know he's going to lose. And then these guys are in the same faction. So then at the end of the match, Ospreay's buddy comes out, Kyle O'Reilly or Kyle Fletch or whatever. And then he goes, yo. And then they hug. And then they announce on Dynamite, after these two guys hug, they go, Ospreay's going to fight Kyle Fletcher on Dynamite.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, what? Like, what the fuck is going on? Like, it makes no sense. He's fighting his friends. He's fighting his own faction. It's so fucking stupid, man.
Plus, really good match.
So your thoughts on the match and just how they're booking of Ospreay so far?
I don't know. I can't really say booking so far because it's his first time there in his debut.
Well, his next match is against his other friend in his faction still. Like they just told us.
Well, I don't want to like come off like this, but it's like you kind of ruined him for me when we were watching Impact because like you showed me that he's just stepping on his own dick the entire match. So it's like now how I'm watching his matches is like, oh, I know this move just gonna fucking be not as powerful as the next one, and yada, so it kind of just pulls you out of it and whatnot. To say something positive, all the moves were like they all look super crisp, and like these guys clearly know what the fuck they're doing, but I just wasn't invested in it, it's all like fucking it was probably awesome live, but watching it, it's all like, 5 minutes into it, I saw the whole match,
Yeah, that's the thing, man. Tony just books for the live crowd. He doesn't book for the TV audience, really. And we were saying during the live stream, too, we're like, okay, how many times does, throughout a WWE pay-per-view, right? They'll give you the package. But, like, okay, all this pay-per-view it was just super rushed. And Sting even got cut off at the end. It was just like package match, long-ass match, package, long-ass match. And it's like, if you looked at the merch that was there, it was all Sting and AEW merch. And AEW is the top merch seller in AEW. And it's like, man, why don't you guys run ads like, okay, right here, dude, WWE shop, check the link below. Yeah. But WWE shop fucking, it's a whole lot of ice on me. Don't stand too close if you're saying, because I know that you don't know. Whatever the fuck that song, dude. Like, the WWE shop song with the horns. Bam, 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 bam. Like, when that shit hits, you know that the WWE shop commercials coming.
You're right. Yeah, plug. Right.
Bro, and they fucking plug.
Spend some money.
Yeah, dude. I got a $300 haul I dropped on some fucking, I got some NWO black and red, some Hulk Hogan shit coming in, brother. Yeah. Anyways, dude, they don't plug their merch. They don't plug their shop. They don't plug fucking nothing. You don't have commercials or vignettes during the pay-per-view for someone who might be upcoming or anything. Nothing, man. You know, WWE puts on 4 or 5 matches, and it's way better than 10 matches that go for an hour each. You know, that's all I'm saying.
Right.
But
'Cause he doesn't know what he's doing.
yeah, and that's why their merch game sucks and shit. But then we get to the co-main event, the world title, Joe, Swerve, and Hangman.
Merch game sucks because the Young Bucks' wives were fucking running it. Now that they stepped away, you know, it was like dude. It was basically just a partnership with fucking. God damn it, my bad for going on another tangent. But it was basically just a partnership with fucking Colt Cabana and his company with the pro wrestle tees and whatnot, which is just him printing them, you know. So it's
It's just
like
such a bad model. They just fucked up so bad. But
man,
Hangman
I never
Page.
buy it. My bad.
No, it's okay, man. It's okay. We got Page, we got Joe, we got Strickland. Now I love Joe, I love Strickland. It's like we knew okay, this match had no good outcome.
Who's
Because
the
of
heel?
they're all heels. But if Hangman wins, then Hangman wins. If Swerve wins, then Joe loses. But if Joe wins, then Swerve loses. There was a no-win. Tony just booked himself into a no-win triple heel threat. And then we had moments in this match where Hangman truly snapped. And then Swerve, and then
I kind of believed it.
and then we had a moment where Swerve was gonna cheat, but he decided no.
Yeah,
But the
that was
problem is
awesome.
that it was awesome, and we had like 2 turns in the match, but they just botched it because they didn't let it breathe. There was no camera. Like we watched the Bailey thing earlier. There was no like the camera shows Swerve's face and he's contemplating. And
Oh
then he looks
yeah,
at
you're right.
Nana, and Nana's
Yeah.
going, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" And Nana's going, "No, hit him." And then they go back to Swerve, and he's like, "Nah," and he throws it down. And then they go back to Nana and his big reaction. What? You know, like they didn't milk it. They didn't give us the moment. Like you don't have to do 8 stomps. Take a couple stomps out and give us that moment, man. God damn. So they had 2 moments that it just fell through their hands because they're rushing moves in. Joe gets an RNC. He retains after 800 flips and finishers, and everyone's doing a fucking front flip. Everyone's doing the buckshots. I think I saw Joe do a flip. Everyone's flipping. I'm going, God damn it. But yeah, your thoughts, man. Your thoughts on this match.
Yeah, there was a few moments where like I was all like, "Holy fuck, is Hangman really about to win this?" Like fucking when he was doing all those buckshot lariats. But like the thing that pissed me off here is like Joe powered out of the 3rd one, and it was all like, "What the fuck? What kind of backwards, stupid fucking booking is this? Like, what do you mean? Like, by the 3rd one, you should be like your weakest. You know what I'm saying? Not fucking hulking up and whatnot. Like, I understand like the psychology of him hulking up and all that, but it's just like, dude, like fucking, you guys stop with the no selling. Like, fucking, what? Why did the first 2 fucking hurt you so much if the 3rd one was whatever? You know, I don't know. It's just all backwards to me.
I
Bro.
know. It's man. It's just backwards booking. And I hate to be like, I don't know. We go over it all the time, and that's just what it is. They book backwards, you know, so you just got to get used to it. And for now, I guess, and just enjoy the moves. It's move porn. It's move corn.
Yeah.
You know, said it a million times. It's what it is. But
It's there to be live. It's in the moment, you know. So yeah, head to an AEW show. You know, they for sure got fucking tickets.
so now the last match of the night, Sting's last match ever. I called it on the live stream. At Pro Wrestle Clips, check it out, the live show, PWT live show. I called it. I said, I think they're gonna pull the ECW, and Sting's gonna win in his last match with the tag belts. And then a listener said that too. I was like, and then they'll just vacate the belts, or a listener suggested Sting could name Darby's opponent, and then someone said, yeah, and then we'll get a tournament for the tag titles. And that's exactly what happened. So they just vacated the tag belts, and then they're having a tournament for the tag titles. Because Sting wins his last match. Not to jump too far ahead, though, but the Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, I'm actually feeling this gimmick. And I said it on the live show. I get why Sting picked them, because they can just bump and flop and flip around, and they know how to put these hardcore matches together well, too. These indie fucking mud shows, they do. People were saying, oh, I hope it's like Surfer Sting comes out. Like, I hope he does a surfer thing one last time. But they did a brilliant moment where Sting's sons come out. One of them's dressed like Surfer Sting. One of them's dressed like Wolfpack, Red and Black Sting. And then Sting's dressed like Crow Sting, of course. And his sons look like they could beat the shit out of Darby and the fucking Young Bucks, which is hilarious. And, but his sons come out. They play a good little video package for Sting. His sons come out with him, and then they just start instantly setting up tables, setting up glass. Now, the glass in this match wasn't sugar glass. What they did, folks, was they took real glass and they drilled holes in it to crack it. So it was cracked all over the place already, so it would break easier and when it shattered, it would more sort of collapse and not be like shards breaking and ripping through the flesh, you know? Although it's still glass, so it did do that. But this was not Moxley sugar glass, okay? This was real fucking glass with holes drilled in it, just so everyone knows. And yeah, this match, I mean, again, the live show, the chat was reacting. There was people going, no. And shout out you listeners, man. There was a lot of you guys going, no, I don't watch AEW. Like, I'm not buying the pay-per-view. I want to listen to you do commentary on it. So I was just popping and reacting. It was crazy, bro. Hairline's gonna be on the next one, guys. So yeah, but
like, man, it's dude. Okay, so like, not to like work, shoot, work, but it's all like we started this podcast like on my Bluetooth fucking, you know, Bluetooth in my phone, you know, and here we are now, fucking with this fancy like program. We're both on good microphones, even though you're on your laptop right now, so not the best example.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what's going on.
No, I gotta just put ourselves over here quick, bud. You know, PWT, bud.
And just like the first live stream, yeah, there was way more people than
I thought.
That's
the shit.
I said on the live stream though, I said, you know, I was like, you know, instantly they just start setting up hardcore spots, and I'm like, yeah, they're suplexing Sting off a stage, and people were just like, Jesus Christ, they're 5 minutes into the match. And I'm like, yeah, so Sting's taking suplexes off the stage through multiple tables. We've got contraptions set up everywhere, hardcore spots. I'm sitting there going, I just pray Sting doesn't die. And then Darby takes it upon himself to just kill himself so he just destroyed himself rather through in a video game. Yeah, in this video game match. Where he fell through the ladder, through the glass off the ladder in the ring. I was describing it. People were like, what are you even saying to me? In the chat. So it was hilarious. Let's see what Eric fucking, for the entire presentation. I mean, yeah, that's all you can do. I don't know. At the start, there's like a million stinger splashes. The Suns are doing stinger splashes. And then you have like Ricky Dragon Steamboat's there. There's a bunch of people in the crowd, like Lex Luger was there and shit. And then you see people getting super kicked. Fucking Dragon's getting super kicked. They're just super kicking Flair, everybody. And because Flair came out to protect Sting. So this was done like really well. I thought this was honestly great, but I just felt you didn't like it. I just felt like the mud show aspect of it got a little too crazy. They gave moments, but I get why. I like this new Bucks gimmick. I know people hate on it, but I do like it. But it's did this get over? All this did was get Sting super over. That's all this match did for me. Your thoughts.
So first off, it's not that I didn't like dislike this match. It's just it was really sloppy in parts, you know, and very like didn't flow well. And then second off, God damn it, I hate to admit this, bro, but like I agree with you. The Bucks are kind of over with me from this angle, but it's like they're just playing themselves, you know. And
exactly, but if they had did this with Punk, they would have drawn so much
so much money, dude. It'd been a whole arena.
My God, dude.
It was just like little things like fucking Balding Buck. Like there was a moment Balding Buck was into the crowd with fucking, I think Darby or Sting or one one. And
Which one's balding? Which one's balding? We have it on screen. The listeners can see. Is it Matt or is it Nicholas?
Mario.
so Nicholas.
Yeah, that's Balding Buck, and the other one's
Road Warrior. He's the younger brother too, so that's funny. But yeah,
it's super funny.
But yeah.
Like,
so, sorry, you go ahead. Yeah,
he like took a moment to fucking like pander to the crowd, and it was all like, God damn it, I haven't seen a lot of that going on tonight, and it's just all like, here I am praising a young, like the person who's doing actual ring psychology is the schmarmy fucking young buck. Jesus Christ, guys, let that sink in.
Yeah, so and then like I don't know, man. Sting wins. I don't know the finish. There was great false finishes, but Sting just no sold the Bucks the whole time.
Yeah, what the fuck was that, dude? Where
He was just no selling tables, no selling food.
Nice.
So my whole thing, and then Sting went through shoot glass, but my whole thing was he didn't need to go through glass, but my whole thing was who did this get over? It didn't get Darby over more because we already know he'll do crazy shit. He did the same ladder spot to Jeff Hardy already. So
Sting's children got over.
Yeah, Sting's kids got over the most. It's like so Sting's just retiring where he just got super over and then left the company.
I can't wait for the tournament for these belts.
This is why AEW is important, though, because we get moments like this, and like no other place is Sting gonna get a send off where he just kills everyone and leaves, no sells everyone's shit and leaves. But
you're right.
Yeah,
No,
and it's weird how the tradition has gone. Like, okay, you fucking lay down for your last match. At least that's how it is in WWE. But now, like, it's the indie people, like with Ric Flair's last match that Conrad Thompson did, and with Sting shit here with Tony Khan, it's like now we're letting them win their last matches.
Can you talk to me about like some home insurance?
Hey, listen now. I'm criticizing.
I'm not sure if my roof might start leaking, bud.
Ric Flair's last match, he won, dude, and I'm criticizing that. I'm saying they're these. The marks like Tony Khan, not to call Conrad a mark, but he's a fucking mark, and I am too. But
a fucking mark. We're marks. We're all every single one of us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And so Tony
Other
Khan,
than Randy Orton. I don't think Randy Orton's a mark.
And and Conrad are booking they're booking like fucking like these guys get their win on the way out instead of you laying down for someone. So I don't know. And Tony's just willy-nilly. So here's Darby Allin. Just being a fucking lunatic, man. Dude. We had Roderick Strong drop Cassidy on the buckle weird, and we had Takeshita drop Ospreay on his back on the turnbuckle and on his head on the canvas by accident. Like you saw that. He went for when Takeshita was going for a top rope brain buster, like Sami Zayn.
I thought Roddy was just working a body.
Well, I think Roddy was legit, but like, come on, man. Look at how Cassidy landed. Like, that was fucked up, man. And then you have this later. This isn't a botch, but this is just like stuntman fucking.
Watch him ping off of it.
Oh, like that. Like, why put it on steel where the glass is just gonna onto the metal stab into you?
Because he's a fucking dummy.
And then look at it fly everywhere. Real glass.
Thanks a lot, jackass.
Are these guys still mad at Punk? Like, what are they doing?
He just wants to break the Bam Margera.
Jesus, man. Doesn't that fucking kid on Twitter do this? That fucking super guy, that super hot fire or whatever?
Fuck that fucking kid. He doesn't not represent the fucking juggalos. He's a fucking joke.
Oh my god, dude. So Darby, like, you didn't get over more doing that, especially hating on Kurt Angle and all that shit, bro. I'm fucking I don't know. A for the presentation, Sting gets on the mic, he gets cut off. He gets cut off on the mic. I think it's like a 9-minute promo he cuts afterwards. After they went off the air. Hairline, your thoughts on that match overall? And Sting's career and Sting's Sting in general. Your thoughts? Did we lose you again? We may have for a second. But yeah, so I don't know. I give it a fucking whatever I gave it, you know? Sting talked for like 9 minutes. They uploaded it somewhere on AEW. I don't remember, but he talked after. So he got cut off because they ran out of time on the pay-per-view. But he just thanked everyone and said, yeah.
Right. Nowhere else would we see this, you know?
Yeah, so we're lucky we did get that. But yeah, your thoughts on Sting's like career, dude, and just overall, like, were you a Stinger? Are you
Oh
happy?
yeah,
Thank
man.
you, Sting. Thank you,
I
Sting.
I think the hardest I popped was his fucking WWE debut. You know, because it's
Yeah.
just like you didn't see it coming, and it was just like, fuck, man.
Well, everybody shits on his WWE run, but I enjoyed it. I liked him with Seth in the
His debut, he like took out Triple H and shit in the Shield, right?
yeah,
Something like that.
he took out Triple H at Survivor Series, and then he who was like the authority, and then he covered Dolph Ziggler over Seth because it wasn't Shield. Shield was all broken up, but Seth had the WWE and the US titles.
Yeah.
He was leading through. Yeah, so then
Right.
Sting feuded with Seth for those belts, man, and I thought that was great. Then he got hurt taking a buckle bomb, and then he dipped the fuck out. I don't know, man. Thank you, Sting. Round of applause for Sting and AEW. They packed a house. This next Dynamite, those got like 2,000 people in the building, but round of applause. And yeah, overall, I don't know, a good show. Just long ass, fucking crazy long matches, dude. Way too long.
Like 800 fucking years long, dude.
Yeah, and so if I may, I guess that was our show. That was everything we wanted to cover, Hairline. Before we get out of here, though, I would like to just share with our lovely listeners.
The loveliest. They're super lovely.
I would like to share with you all our Patreon here. So we're changing the tiers, everyone, and shout out our patrons. Deseret, Cruz Madrid, Chris Killis, Ashley V, and Russ Paxton. So I just wanted to take you guys over this and let you guys know what's going on here. So as you can see, everything gets uploaded here. You actually get early access because I upload the audio. I'm not going to do it for the live shows. As you see, though, the live show went up here as well. You see all of the shows. Look, you can download them, and the Patreon gets like the RSS feed right away. So right when I upload it to Acast, like you'll get it like before Spotify and all that shit too, if you're a patron. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to match the cost of the tiers. So everybody. So I'm going to read your names again. Deseret, Cruz Madrid. I saw you guys in the chat too. Some of you guys, Chris Killis, Ashley V, Russ Paxton. You guys re-sign up for Patreon once I boot you guys off and redo the tiers. They're going to match the YouTube tiers, and what it's going to be is top tiers get shouted out on the show, and everyone gets, if you're a member, you get early access to the clips, which are uploaded sometimes before the full episodes even go up. And then if you're on the Patreon, you get early access to the show, blah 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 blah. The patrons and members of the YouTube, which I'll show you the YouTube in a second too, but which is I think only 99 cents, but members and super chatters, you guys will get your comments shown on the show, PWT live show, which will be once a week, and you will get your comment read and we'll answer it. So you can ask us anything, whatever, but here you see the podcasts. And if you guys, I can show you our I can show you guys our wonderful our collections here. So here's our collections. Here's PWT live show we just updated. Here is our here's our Botchamania reactions, our interviews we've done. Here's with Rev. Here's our early access stuff. Here's some videos we made as far as like reaction videos. So you look in our collections here. It's nice and organized if you want to know what's exclusive. Here's Punked. Here's the death of. Here's our Botchamania reactions and whatnot. So
and man, dude.
Yeah, so make sure you guys come check out the Patreon. I'm gonna redo the cost. It's gonna be cheaper. It's gonna be easier for your wallets, and it just helps it so we don't have to run a shitload of ads or anything like that. I'd like to not do that as much as possible, but it also, like, you know, monetizing the shit makes us able to do the show more. But also just hit like and subscribe. And thanks everyone on the live show. Like, you guys were all hitting the like our viewership matched all the likes. So I really appreciate that.
That's
you guys
awesome.
Just before we go though, too, I just want to share with you guys the YouTube join here. So what you do is there's a link in the description or anywhere you're watching this. You click it and it'll bring you to this page. It'll say YouTube membership, like in the description. You click it. Look, 99 cents Canadian a fucking month. Do you understand? So this
That's
is even
cheaper than our money, bud.
Yes, dude. So Superstar Tribal Chief will get you shouted out on the show. It's $5 a month. You get a shout out on the show and you whatever. These all get the other perks. I think Superstar perks get priority replies. So you get prioritized in the chats and comments and all of that. You get priorities, but just be a jobber, even 99 cents. Your chats will get read on the live chat, and you get these cool badges. I might change the Vince Thug Life one after recent, but you get these cool badges too that I made. The ultimate one, if you rock with us for a long time, you get that epic rainbow PWT one. But yeah, guys, and then you get access to these emojis I made: the neckbeard emoji, the E-drone emoji, the AEW crybaby emoji, and the PWT emoji. But yeah, just come sign up for that because we're doing live shows now, so that's going to be super key. And yeah, just click the link; it'll come here. This can show you about the perks. You just click join, 99 cents Canadian. That's like 79 cents American or some shit. So, yeah, that's all the plugs. We plugged everything. Hairline, this was a pleasure to do this in this new format, and I hope the listeners and now hopefully the viewers enjoy the more visual presentation.
Yeah.
So yeah, a round of applause us. I don't know if we lost Hairline, but yeah, guys. Phil Marks was here, and I am out, and I will see you on the next live show. Hairline was here, and he was out, and he will see you on the next live show.
Yeah, my God, as we're playing out of here, all I have to say is shout out fucking Mrs. Wheeler. I hope she shows up to our date tomorrow night because I've been working at this goddamn pool all fucking summer, and this is the only positive thing that has come of it.
And the playouts are a little different now, Hairline, too. So you got a little more. Tell me a little more about the pool and the upside down. Dude, what are we gonna
I just hope Mrs. Wheeler shows up to her date, bud.
What are we gonna do next time? I gotta time it better when I'm doing the plugs. I gotta start playing the theme. But I botched.
And most of all, if she doesn't show up because she sees her husband snoring on the couch, I'm gonna be super upset.
What are we gonna do when Sean Austin dies? What are we gonna do when the series ends though?
Oh my God! Poor Sam. You know.
See you guys.
Yeah.